The San Francisco 49ers.
Touchdown! San Francisco!
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then
Boom. With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he.
You know, people have been in battle and served their country and made just sacrifices none of us can imagine. And it's a way really just to kind of, there's a lot of things it does, but just the camaraderie, the togetherness, the being a part of something, the, whether it's a social aspect, an athletic aspect, whatever. And Harry, I mean, I'd never really seen him, you know, I've never really seen him in that environment, and who knows? I don't know if he had a teleprompter. I don't know if he wrote the speech. I don't care. It was really, really powerful, and
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. And one thing he said was like, "This is so important because it gives us a chance to reach a new audience, and we need help always. And it's a 10-year anniversary of that, and you know, good for him. You know, I know it's very, very easy, and honestly, I get it when people are very cynical or even hateful of the royal family and what that's, you know, I get it. But, you know, you know, because I watched The Crown, I am an expert.
Yes.
And, you know, seeing what those kids went through with their mother, you know, he and his brother, and Harry was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good on all this. I'm going to marry an American TV star, and I'm moving to LA, and I'm not doing any of this. I'm going to go do other things.
Star is being generous.
I mean, well, my wife loves that show. So
okay.
That's how she knows her, is from that show. And then, oh yeah, she's also a princess.
I know her as the FedEx girl from Horrible Bosses.
Yep.
Oh God.
Great movie.
Yeah. And honestly,
very small scene,
but yet still.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think her line is okay.
But I mean, Chris, the passion,
the way it was delivered.
I think that's what caught Harry's eye.
Yeah.
So that. Yeah. Anyways, that was, if you get a chance, it's all over social media. Take a look. That was super duper cool. And very, that hit home with a lot of, well, hopefully it hit home with a lot of the right people. So anyways, it is Friday. Good morning. Welcome in. Good to be back. I guess. I don't know. I wasn't gone.
Hair's looking good today.
Hey, thanks. Yeah, I've got that wedding.
So you're way ahead.
I had to.
Is there anything today or is it just tomorrow?
I don't do weddings, dude.
I know, but
yeah. Today I go home and I got to finish cleaning my TV and stand that has been outside. Right. So, you know, I brought it in last night, so I don't have to do it in 9,000 degree heat. And so I'm going to get home and just completely clean it, cobweb, all the stuff that if it's outside, a spider's going to make a nest and, whatever. It's not filthy, but I'm going to wipe it down. Then I have to see, I have a U-Haul reserved to go get the U-Haul, and then I have to restrain this TV inside the U-Haul, which is on wheels. Maybe I'll lay it down. I don't know. It's just the idea of I worry that I'm going to get up there, and if you remember the movie Dumb and Dumber, when he arrived with all the dogs in the back of the dog car and they've thrown up all over each other, I'm going to get up. It's an hour drive plus to this place. I'm gonna pieces. It's just in shambles. Yeah. So I got to do that, and then I'm going to be unloading it, and
it's stuck on C-SPAN.
Right, it won't move. And I'm going to totally I went through the checklist last night, but I can promise you, come Monday, I will shockingly have done something really stupid. I will forget the remote. I will not have. It's I went through this checklist, so it's okay, the remote is taped to it. I brought a power strip. I'm trying to think of everything possible, an extension cord in case the electrical outlet is too far away. I'm trying to think of every eventuality because once I'm there, I'm there. Yeah. So the wedding is tomorrow, but I'm getting there this afternoon at some point to test everything out. And then I found out yesterday at noon, in case you weren't with us, I made this giant slideshow for the father of the bride, my buddy. And he's going to get up, it's going to play, and then he gets up and he speaks, But then I found out that the bride's sister found out that he's doing a slideshow, and so she wants a slideshow now, but not really 4 pictures, because she's going to get up and speak, and then I have to, based on what she says, cue the next photo. So there's 4 photos.
Tasteful nudes?
100%.
Good.
So I have to cue the photos, and then there's 2 people speaking in between her and the dad. So I have to do the photos, and then I have to set up his slideshow. But the problem is the TV's facing everybody. And I have to, do I turn the TV, or does everybody just watch me because I'll have an HDMI cable connected? Do they just watch me go through? What is hanging over all of this for me, which is why I'm filled with things. This is a really bad week for me because there's this, and then you're gone next week, but I'm leaving. I got to leave the show at 9 a.m. next Friday because I'm going down to LA to do the Patrick Stewart thing at his house. Yeah. I'm recording him, and I'm not lying when I say I've woken up nightmares because I'm so I'm a wreck about that, but I can't even get to that yet because I'm thinking about this wedding, and hanging over all of it. We'll see how long it takes you guys to get with me on this. Is I don't have very good history when it comes to slideshows in public. I'll take you back to my friend's birthday party at his house when I created my last slideshow, where I went around when we went to all these golf tournaments, and I got Ozzie Smith and Bo Jackson, all these people to say happy birthday. Not with me yet. I've told the story. And what I didn't realize is that once the slideshow is done, it was set up to automatically go to the next file, which happened to be a home movie. Oh, Chris, you did not know the story? How do you? There's no way you don't know.
This might have been a Jay Mars story when Jay Mars was here.
Really?
Right? I mean, it's not that long ago, is it?
It was about 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Well, yeah, I wasn't working with you then.
No, I'm actually shocked that the story didn't get back to you somehow. Yeah, I play a slideshow. I'm not going to say whose birthday it was. I'll tell you off the air, but you know this person. They're known in the community. There were a lot of influential people that were at this person's palatial estate.
Yes.
And thank God that the first run of it, I was there to stop it. That was in front of about 200 people in the backyard. And then he said, hey, can you just put it in the pool house, right, on the TV there, and just let it kind of run? I go, yeah, no problem. So I set it up. And I let it run the first time, just making sure it works. And then it goes straight from the very last thing was like all of his friends and family like crying, going, "Happy birthday." And then it does that and then it fades out. But instead of going back to it, I should have hit the little circle arrow. It was the next arrow. And I didn't know, I had not checked the thumb drive. How do I do this? It was a home video, and it's exactly what you think it is. Probably. It's a point of view. And let's just say it was me and maybe somebody I'm currently married to. Set the screen. And I don't know if I can really give any other details. We weren't facing each other and speaking. Let's just leave it at that. She was looking the other way.
Whee!
I go and I
still don't get it.
I immediately, I'll draw you. I'll draw you a picture. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Gross.
I immediately go and shut the computer down. But hey, that doesn't matter. It's still playing.
With audio.
Yeah, actually, it did have audio. It did.
Set the screen. Set the screen. Set the screen.
I remove I almost said I pull out the HDMI cable, I yank out the HDMI cable, but I knew I removed the HDMI cable from the computer. And I turn around, and this is where God has a sense of humor, because I turn around, there's nobody else in the pool house. There's no one there, man. Talk about the ultimate luck. There's nobody in the pool house. Wait, except for his pastor and her wife. His wife.
Taking notes.
This is where maybe my radio career has come in handy, because you have to be really, really fast on the fly. So this is what I came up with. And if you want to grade my excuse, that's fine. I would just like to remind you that this thing starts playing. I lose my mind. By the way, Melissa's reaction, this is where she's good in a firefight. She immediately runs to the side of the house and hides behind it. I had to actually text her and say, it's okay to come out. She sprinted to the other side of the house and just hid. I turn around. Here's Pastor and his wife. And this is what I come up with. On my children, this is verbatim how it went. I turn around, I see them, I go, these pop-ups are insane. Can you believe that? What if there were kids here? God, it just makes me so angry. I played it like it was one of them pop-ups that came up, and because, how do I say this? There were no identifying features unless you knew. You know what I'm saying? There was a tattoo. And you had to know what the tattoo was and who that belonged to.
So instead of thinking that it was you on the video, they just think that you are looking up websites to where those pop-ups would come up.
I think they were too old to put that connection together, Chris. I think I did pull off them thinking that the dastardly internets.
You should hear how they tell the story.
Don't think I haven't asked the person to tell me everything they've ever said about it.
Have you guys ever heard of Carmichael Dave? I got to tell you this.
So that was that's the last time I did a slideshow for somebody.
That was absolutely insane.
So in the mail yesterday.
So what could go wrong this time?
I received from Amazon.com one thumb drive.
Clean.
That is being held in a special case inside a safe, inside a lockbox.
I've got an idea for you. You want to make sure it's safe?
Yeah.
I'll help you out.
I was just going to say, put it in the hands of Christopher Laud.
Have Chris come up.
What could go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong? So that's what's coming up this weekend, and we'll see how that works out come Monday.
Set the screen.
By the way, if that happens this weekend at this event, you're never going to see me. You're never going to see me again. You're just never going to see me again, dude.
It's just going to be me here by myself on Monday.
It's going to be the Christopher Laud Show.
I'm going to go, oh, I guess we know what happened.
We'll take a break. Good morning, everybody. When we come back, let's lead it off. Bad news for Kings fans, good news for Pirates fans, and good news for Angel Reese fans. There you go. We got a big, fat, hairy show for you with Friday Fun and Games coming up at the very end of the program. As always, it's Dave, it's Jason, it's Chris. We're right back. anyone, much less a valued partner like our friends at Hobbits. Yes. I'm slightly uncomfortable doing this commercial read. So I need a better line of demarcation when it comes to that. Look, doesn't matter what you're doing, doesn't matter where you're doing it. I don't think there's anyone that doesn't want to save money. And one of the misnomers, if you will, about our friends at Hoblet is that it's just trucks. Nah, dude. They know what they're doing when it comes to Ram vehicles. In fact, they know what they're doing when it comes to any of the vehicles. But it ain't just that. Hoblet, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland, which in the industry, by the way, we were talking about this the other day. They call it CDJR, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. Also, the initials of this program, Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross. So, yeah, CDJR. How about that? It's the Make This the Summer sales event going on right now at Hoblet. Big savings on one of America's most capable minivans. That's right. You can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on all remaining 2023 Chrysler Pacifica hybrids, and that's on all trims. Funny enough, I actually rented a Chrysler Pacifica about 8 years ago because they were out of a bunch of other cars, and they're like, "Well, we have the minivan." And I said, "Okay, fine, whatever. I just need a car." It was actually pretty awesome. Seriously, those. If anyone's ever been in or driven a Pacifica, they're pretty cool cars, and they get 82 miles per gallon on that hybrid. And with gas prices so high, that comes in handy. $17,000 off MSRP. That's a no-brainer. The savings won't last long. Stop by Hoblet Dodge for a test drive today or search Select and Save through the whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period. We're back with Leading Off next.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis. Put the frosting on the cake. Put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a two-hand clutch makes it 114-106.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
This segment is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville. Check them out at KiaVacaville.com.
Leading off the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
Here's a 1-0 to Freeling. Swinging a bouncer onto third. Hayes gloves. Throw to first. Got him. 7 no-hit innings for Paul Skenes in Milwaukee. On this Thursday afternoon, the all-star rookie of the Pirates getting applause from the Brewers fans. That's how well he has pitched today.
You know, one of the coolest things in sports, Jason, I don't really care what sport it is. One of the coolest things in sports is when new faces arrive and excel.
Yeah.
And Paul Skenes, look, let's be honest, was expected to excel.
Yeah, he got some hype for sure.
A little bit of hype. But here's the thing. If you're the number 1 pick in basketball, you need to be an all-star. If you're the number 1 pick in football, yeah, you're trying to draft for Hall of Famers. I can go back through the list. I mean, look, I won't just pick on you, but Brian Taylor with the Yankees, Solomon Torres with the. If you're the number 1 pick, I don't think Torres was the number 1 pick actually. It's hit or miss in baseball. It's a lot more difficult. Skenes has about as much. Look, he didn't have like LeBron James Wembanyama hype. I can't make that comparison because that just rarely happens in baseball. But probably the most hyped pitcher since Steven Strasburg, I think maybe. I'm
about right.
Trying to think if I'm missing that. And he has just, I think he's really honestly exceeded expectations. He just is absolutely a revelation, if you will, for them. And going into the All-Star break, he's just, when I say breaking records, I mean, he's just honestly doing things we haven't seen out of a rookie pitcher that quickly and doing it with triple-digit pitches on the regular.
Yeah, he's just become must-watch TV for Pirate fans, but for baseball fans. Like, and that's, it's more of a I feel like the art of pitching has kind of been lost in the last couple of years, right? It's really about hitting, launch angle, all that stuff. But here's a guy that they know they've got a stud. He's delivered so far. He's going to his first All-Star game, and it hasn't even been the full half season, right? He came up, a few weeks in, and he's just been awesome.
7 innings of no-hit ball for Paul Skenes. Also, in his second start, he went 6 innings, with no hit ball. His first start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 earned. His ERA was at 6.75. He's now at 1.9, and he's only given up 3 earned one other time, and that was a win over the Dodgers 10-6. That's it. He is arguably right now the best pitcher in baseball. He is arguably right now the most valuable asset. Now look, Shohei Ohtani is Shohei Ohtani, but it kind of makes you wonder if the Dodgers called the Pirates and said, we'll trade you Ohtani for Skenes. It's probably the only team that would actually have to think about things. Right. So good for baseball, good for Skenes, and we barrel towards the All-Star break with that. Cut number 2.
Cut number 2.
So we know he's dealing with one. I think we got to get him in here and get with our doctors and just see what it is. But we're what we get through the draft process. Our docs are confident. We've been in touch with this team. We're confident it's not a long-term issue, but we're not sure where it'll be.
Is it enough at this point that he might not play summer league? Like, is it?
Yeah, too soon. Okay. Too soon. Yeah.
Okay.
Not too soon anymore.
Look, I'm going to do everything I can to avoid trashing the front office today. But there is really an opening to trash the front office today. Now, look, Chet Holmgren sat out an entire year. Joel Embiid, Blake Griffin, Ben Simmons. Well, bad example. But, Ben Simmons won the Rookie of the Year the next year. So there you go. It was an all-star. I just don't like at some point it would be nice to talk to Monty and be like, how much of that was just media stuff? You didn't bring the guy in for a medical. Why? Why didn't you bring in the guy for the medical? And if his team was saying we're not doing medicals for anyone, okay, it's a little underhanded, but it's also the draft, and I get that. Things are underhanded. You don't want your guy to slip. It's not like he was hiding a terminal illness or a debilitating thing that wouldn't allow him to play. He should, by all accounts, be fine and fully recovered. But when the Kings put out the statement yesterday, I freaking steam came out of my ears because the one line, he will be reevaluated in 6 months.
Yes.
And I saw a lot of people running with that and saying, well, he's going to be out 6 months. No, he might, but reevaluated, and we've covered this game long enough. Generally, that means reevaluated, and then that evaluation is going to say, well, he's been cleared for, if in the best case scenario, he's been cleared to start doing whatever. And then you've got, could be 2 weeks, could be 4 weeks, could be 6 weeks of ramping up to get into basketball shape. Then you have to get into NBA shape, playing in the games. So if we're doing 6 months, Jason, that's January 11th. Let's say it's another year. He's out basically till the trade deadline. And then he's going to try to, you're trying to bump this guy, a rookie, into the rotation when you're in the dog days of the season and hopefully chasing a playoff spot. It's not a disaster. It's not a travesty. I'm not going to do, the sky is falling. It's just not a good look, man. It's not a good look that they didn't bring him in for the medical. It's not a good look. Why didn't you get this done? By the way, if you'd have had this surgery in March when the season ended, you're back in September. So did you not have the surgery because you didn't want your draft stock to fall? I want to know answers to this stuff.
Fair, all fair questions, right? And part of me wonders, for all of our thoughts, is because we don't know what a pro he will be.
Right.
For example, if the same situation was announced and it was DeMar DeRozan.
Right.
Well, we know DeRozan will come back and be great.
Sure.
But we also go, man, we got to wait 6 months at a minimum for DeMar DeRozan. Here's where you have to wait for Carter. There's a lot of people like the pick. A lot of people feel like it makes sense. Mm-hmm. But you just have to wait. And then you just don't know what kind of player he's going to be in the NBA.
No, and he's going to have to learn that way. And then it's, I can tell you right now that, look, it may be different. But there are overwhelming odds this guy's going to be back around the training camp or around, the trade deadline. And then all we're going to hear, he's trying to fit his way in. He came in and did this. Oh, that was cool. That was impressive. And then a year from this coming media day, it's going to be a lot of like, well, I look at last year as like a redshirt season. You know, this is really my rookie year.
Do you think he'll actually play this season?
I don't think that's a given.
I don't think he's playing.
I
believe he will, but that's, it's not a crazy.
It feels like one of those things of like, okay, it's 6 months. We realize you're probably a month or two away. All right, now we're in February, March. Why don't you just sit the rest out?
Look, I usually get killed for being too negative, so I've kind of stayed away from that. But that is 100% in play that he will miss the entire season. Now, I would put the odds of him missing the entire season as the same odds as him returning before February. Oh, well, you know what? Rehab's looking great, and he's actually ahead of schedule.
That does happen,
everyone's different. Yeah. So I would actually put those probably at equal odds, but they're both in play.
Yeah.
And the fact that the rookie lottery pick missing the entire season is in play, well, you say, well, then, hey, you know what? Neato. Now we're going to have 2 picks coming in next year. Well, yeah, that's next year. They're on a timeline. They're all in. DeMar DeRozan ain't getting any younger. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, what, Anyways, we'll talk a lot about this coming up. Cut number 3, please.
Cut number 3.
Here's Mabry finding Harrison for the mini. Missed everything. Angel Reese, the rebound. That's her 10th. And a foul is called on Reese.
Well, Angel Reese, 10 points, 10 boards.
Just made it.
5 of 17 on the night. The haters are going to be out there because she missed 12 times, and she had 5 offensive rebounds and 5 defensive rebounds. That's been the thing right now for the Angel Reese haters. They're like, well, yeah, she's got all these rebounds. It's her own missed shots. Like nobody else has offensive rebounds. Hey, 10 and 10. And unfortunately for the Chicago Sky, they lost 91-76 to the New York Liberty, who, look, I'm not the biggest WNBA expert, and I wear that on my sleeve, though I've watched more this year than I probably have all the other years combined, like a lot of people have. But I'm going to make a hot take here. I don't think it's that hot of a take. I think the New York Liberty are good.
Yeah.
I think they're a team to watch for, James.
How about the Aces? Good too?
Jury's out.
Okay. Well,
Jury's still out on the Aces.
Yeah.
This Asia Wilson person. Yeah, I don't know. They're okay. We'll take a break when we come back. All right. Devin Carter out 6 months at least, what it looks like. Let's go back and do some Friday morning quarterbacking. And let's, you know what? Let's overreact in the next segment. I'm gonna give everybody the opportunity to overreact. Let's all overreact together right here on an Overreaction Friday on Sacktown Sports.
Trying to find out where to catch your favorite team's games?
Are you a fan of the Kings, Niners, and the NFL? Well, Sacktown Sports has you covered.
Touchdown! San Francisco! It's all on his shoulders. Fox rocks. He fires for the win. He's got the triple.
Catch all your Kings, Niners, and NFL games all year long on Sacktown Sports and SacktownSports.com.
Hey, getting ready to rock, groove, and have a blast with the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. We've got an unbeatable lineup of shows that you won't want to miss. First up is Songs and Stories from Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees, coming to the Crest Theater July 21st. It's Brett Young and Chase Rice at Thunder Valley on August 3rd. Plus, Jason Mraz and the Super Band will be rocking Thunder Valley on August 9th. Then head out of the heat to higher elevation for the Truckee Music Festival on August 9th and 10th, featuring Kit Moore and Sublime. And here's your Live Nation lineup. On August 4th, don't miss the Outlaw Music Festival at Toyota Amphitheater, featuring Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp. On August 15th, catch Donnie Osmond at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Then, on August 22nd, Creed Fisher takes the stage at Ace of Spades. And on September 10th, enjoy the timeless sounds of the Doobie Brothers at Toyota Amphitheater. Rounding out this rockin' lineup is the Lodi Grape Festival from September 12th through the 15th, featuring Joe Nichols and Smash Mouth. For information and tickets, visit grapefestival.com. And then stay tuned to Sacktown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets.
Grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meats with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grill has turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different, built better, built to last. Made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I may never want to cook indoors again. Napoleon grills and accessories are now available at your nearby Amy's, Ace Hardware in Sacramento, and now El Dorado.
I'm Craig Ashton of the Injury Law Firm of Ashton & Price. Whether you've been injured on a bicycle, as a pedestrian in a slip and fall, auto, Uber, Lyft, or big rig accident, you need Ashton and Price in your corner. When you call Ashton and Price, there's no chatbot telling you to hit 3 for accounting. You're greeted by a real-life person who will immediately transfer you to an experienced attorney. The consultation's free, and there's never a fee until you win.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Diego.
Hi, Diego. It's Jennifer Coolidge. I just want to say your cashback match makes me feel so special. It really inspired me.
That's great. Doubling the cashback you've earned at the end of your first year is what we do.
Well, I'm doubling everything now. Double dating, double dipping, double feature, double header, double whammy. Basically double or nothing.
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino. Sacramento summertime heat is back. And of course, Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite everyone to soak up some air conditioning, still with the most variety of table games in the region. And as always, the best food, best service, and the best action, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Capital Casino, of course, reminding everyone to please make sure you gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
The Good Feet Store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville. Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Golf.com's Alan Bastable offers 8 sneaky ways for stubbornly average players to break 80. First, play sensible tees. Hitting 7 and 8 irons into greens instead of hybrids give chances at 4s and 3s. Check the par. There's no shame in doing so on a par 70 course. 3, check the forecast. A day after rain can mean soft greens. 4, avoid big numbers. It's not the bogeys that will derail a 79. It's a couple of bigger scores. 5, you got to believe. Give yourself a pep talk and temper the feelings of gloom. 6, keep like-minded company. If you're a grinder, play with fellow grinders, or play with music, or gamble if that's your game. 7, a little luck helps. Even tour players recognize luck. 8, don't obsess over, breaking 80. You're going to know if you have a good round going, so have your partner keep score. At the 18th tee, ask where you stand, as it may affect the way you approach the hole. Sounds simple, huh? Now go out and do it. And have some fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
I'm not gonna lie, I was really disappointed on because it came out 9:00 our time, so it's like 10:00. I'm like, I can't do this tonight, but Guilty Conscience 2. I want to listen to that. Like that's the one that stood out to me. If you know what Guilty Conscience 1 was, it was classic Eminem track between two alter egos. One was him, one was Dr. Dre, going at it, and I thought it was going to be that again. And I get what he did in it, but I honestly thought it was going to be Eminem and Dre like in another adventure.
Well, he did. There was something that came out that said it is a concept album.
Yeah.
And where you really need to
listen to everything in a row. Okay. Then good point. If I missed it, then I missed it. But honestly, I was really hoping it'd be like the exact same beat, just a different situation or three that he was going into.
He's an old man though. What's the guilty conscience going to be?
Should I eat this thing with a lot of cholesterol? That's actually
he's currently on Lipitor, but he sees a McDonald's on the way home.
I'm supposed to take my morning walk. F that, stay asleep. Yeah. That's actually a great concept. What would his guilty conscience be now that he's 51 years old? All right. The statement reads, Devin Carter went and had successful something surgery on his shoulder, and he will be reevaluated in 6 months.
Sports surgeries are like 100%, right?
Meaning what?
I can't think of like an unsuccessful surgery.
It's so funny because you're so lame like me. Like I had the same thing. I was like, has there ever been one where they're like, John Smith had unsuccessful surgery on his knee?
We're gonna have to take his arm.
Yeah, it's done. His career. I don't remember ever reading one of those. If it's happened, great. I mean, well, actually, if it's happened, bad. But they're always successful. And also, how do you know it was successful? What? I mean, God, let's not use Devin Carter because I don't want to jinx it. But let's say Jason Ross had successful surgery on his shoulder. He'll be out. He'll be reevaluated in 6 months. Well, what if your career is never the same? And you have to like change arms to shoot. Like, do we go back and say that was unsuccessful surgery?
I would think that would qualify.
But I don't think anyone will do that. I don't think anybody goes back and goes, hey, remember when they said it was successful? It's not. In this case, it sounds very similar to what Kevin Huerter went through and what his surgery was. and no two people are the same and no two recoveries are the same. But if Devin Carter's out 6 months, I guess the first question is, do you still pick him? If you know in advance, and only Monty's going to know the answer to that, but if you know in advance you're not getting this guy, I understand. Remember, we mentioned Blake Griffin and Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid and Chet Holmgren. Yeah, those were all like number one picks. And, Embiid, who I think was 4. 3, 4. Yeah, I think you're right.
So you got 1, 2s, and 3s right there.
You're spending a, late lotto pick. And by the way, maybe now we take away some of that rosters and balance stuff.
Yeah. I mean, first off, I think if we had Monty on today, he was like, of course, he wouldn't change his mind.
Of course, you're right.
But I also will I'll use his words, and he said even the night of the announcement of him as the pick, like they are looking for people in the draft to be on the team and help them long term. Right. So whether or not the player you draft is rookie of the year or a slow developer, or in this case injured, he's not checking that box until later, right? Like we wouldn't even know. Like the argument, let's even take Tyrese Halliburton, who came in right away and was good. Well, he's not a long-term. He's turned into Sabonis,
right?
But the argument would be, well, he's not on this team for 5 years. He was barely on this team. Davion Mitchell wasn't on this team that long.
No.
Now they played right away and contributed. So I think he looks at the draft in general as a longer-term prospect under rookie contract. You would like it to be successful, so you get a second contract on the same team. So this injury is irrelevant to that, but it's still it's a negative for Carter. Like he just starts behind. Let's be positive and he comes back early. He's still behind. Let's be negative and he comes back later, misses the whole season. He's still behind.
Yeah.
And so a team that thinks they're better also thinks he's going to help. You don't have him helping you right now or at the beginning. But I think my long answer to all that is I think he would still take him.
Here's my thing. Why is it okay to not share medicals? I'm just thinking here for a second. Just going on a side road. Like he's still getting paid his contract for the whole year. Isn't that kind of fraudulent? If you know that you have an injury and by the way, I don't know if this is the case. Let me be clear. I'm not trying to go in on Devin Carter. I'm saying in general, he's far from a lot of players don't share medicals, even if they're healthy. They just don't do it. Yeah. This isn't about Devin Carter. I'm just asking philosophically, if a team is going to spend a pick on you, especially a lotto pick, and then invest in what that rookie scale contract is, and you've got an existing injury, and now all of a sudden you're going to miss at least half, if not an entire season. Like, why? I wonder why that's okay. Why is that not a requirement?
Yeah, and did we ever get full clarity on when? Because I thought initially it was something that may have happened during the workouts, and then I thought he had something where he said, yeah, he kind of played with it this year.
Yeah, he said he was playing. I think Carter actually.
It was Carter himself.
Yeah,
right?
I think he tweeted about it that he played the. God, there's another Devin Carter, and I follow this dude too. But I always there's a Devin Carter that's a owner of DC's Transportation LLC in North Carolina, Chapel Hill, and always fools me.
I'm a big follower.
Yeah, huge follower. But yeah, he said he was talking, I think, to the, he was saying, hey, Friar Gang or whatever, referring to Providence fans. Like, yeah, I played with that all year long. I would go back to, like, how is the NBA not worked out that you should have to share your medicals?
Well, there's a law that you can't.
HIPAA, right?
Yeah.
But they can't force you.
But also, I mean, I'm not trying to give anybody the benefit here, but like if he truly did play with it, and I'm going to believe him. So the Kings obviously liked what they saw. A lot of people liked what they saw. Worked his way up to a lottery pick, and he did work out with the Kings, and he did work out with other teams. So if you see all that and that all looks normal, I'm not saying you hide, because I think they generally test all these things. I get the belief that they were going to do it no matter what.
Well,
that's the belief.
No, I don't think you're wrong, because
it's just a bummer on so many levels.
Yeah, it is. And by the way, let's talk about what it isn't. Okay, it's not like the end of the season and now they're going to slip like 3 spots. And I'm not saying Devin Carter wouldn't have helped or been, but we're also talking about a rookie who's never played for this team.
Yeah,
let's not act like
it's not De'Aaron.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like oh my God, Devin Carter's out. And by the way, Devin Carter might be a future 5-time All-Star, but we don't have that yet. So this isn't like the end of the world. It's just in a vacuum. It's unfortunate. Now, at the same time, we'll talk about this at 7:13. Going to benefit somebody in the rotation.
Yes. Yeah, and then the other part. Look, we can't forget. At least what the reports were, Dave, that the Kings were willing to move the 13th pick. So if that was a road, remember we talked about this before, the board in the room has multiple ways to go. One of their thoughts was, hey, can you pair the 13th pick with something without a name attached to it? Well, they couldn't. They didn't like
they didn't like it.
And so then say, hey, look, this is a player we do like. Let's take him. And then now, unfortunately, this is the next path of that decision.
It's the crappiest part of our jobs, by the way, is that we're in a position where we all have to comment and opine on things, and we don't know what happened.
Right.
Like, it'd be one thing if we could be like, well, they could have taken Huerter in the pick and Kuzma was sitting right there. Or we could know like all the deals and then be like, well, they should have done that. They should have done. We don't even know.
Plan 4 was the best one.
And the fact is we can only guess as to what it was. Well, what we've got is we've got a hurt rookie that we're not going to see for a while. But maybe it gives him an opportunity to sit front row and learn and, get into the NBA and,
find his way.
Yeah. All right. More on that later. We'll take a break when we come back. Safe or out, Farhan Zaidi and San Francisco Giant edition. He had some comments yesterday on Bay Area radio that caught my eye. In the meantime, much like I'm sure Devin Carter got, you want to make sure if you have the opportunity for something as important as an HVAC system, you get a second opinion. And that's exactly what your second opinion partner in American Energy Air, American Energy Heating and Air, but AmericanEnergyAir.com. That's what they'll give you. So let's say you had a tech come out and diagnose your HVAC system and you were surprised at how expensive it was. And look, I don't know, maybe you're different than me, but I don't know what an HVAC system's supposed to cost, and I don't know what a HVAC repair is supposed to cost. You trust these people that you've never met and that you don't know to come into your house. And we've all heard the horror stories, like taking your car into a mechanic. If you don't know anything about cars, and it's like, well, your flux capacitor is broken, and that'll be $2,000. Well, how do you really know, unless you know cars, whether or not that's a fair quote? It's no different with HVAC systems. You have to trust the reputation of the company you're dealing with. And American Energy Heating and Air has been around since '81. They have an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You can go online, Google, Yelp, whatever, and read the reviews for yourself. Get a second opinion from them. Worst case scenario is the best case scenario, which is you already got a really good quote and you're going to use the other guys. But give these guys a chance to beat it and save you a little bit of money. 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. AmericanEnergyAir.com. What did Farhan Zaidi say yesterday, and why did it piss me off? We'll talk about that next.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
And Logan Ryan picks him up. Looks like they're playing man. LaPorte is over there as well. It's 5 out. It's empty on 4th down. Goff back. Not going to get out to his right. Being chased. Throws, and it is incomplete. The 49ers take over on 4th down again.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spas' Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here to remind you that the famous Bay Area pizza company Amici's East Coast Pizzeria now has a location in Sacramento, offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. You can check out their menu and order online at amicis.com and click on the Sacramento location. And as a special deal all this week, order any large pizza and get a second pizza of equal or lesser value for half the price. Use code half off at checkout. So when you want a great deal on pizzas this week, use promo code half off at amicis.com, and Amici's delivers.
Did you know about 1/3 of our lives is spent sleeping? Hi, this is Franklin Rosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. If we're going to spend that much time in our bedrooms, then our bedrooms ought to reflect our personalities. I remember many weekend mornings when our kids would jump into our beds trying to coax us to start our days more on their schedules than ours. Naturewood Home Furnishings' huge bedroom sale is here, and there's no better time to find the perfect accent piece for your bedroom, or even better, to start fresh by designing your bedroom to fit your lifestyle. From a new mattress and foundation to dressers to nightstands to lamps and more. Naturewood Home Furnishings will help you create a space from simple to luxurious and anything in between. Just drop by and let Naturewood's team help you envision a bedroom fit for 1/3 of your life. Visit Naturewood Home Furnishings right now for this remarkable bedroom sale. Off Highway 50 at Hazel, look for the water reel.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow, provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at NewNordicUSA.com or in stores at your local CVS.
Safe or out? It's time to go around baseball. 3 pitches, 3 swings. It's safe or out on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
My wife was bored, so she took a little side job yesterday for the first time, and so her job was at like an HOA. I won't say where, not that you'd know, but her job was basically to sit and read a book while people swam. And then if like the whole point is like if somebody's violating rules or gets out of hand, set the screen. Like she just calls like security on her phone.
Oh, so she's a narc.
Well, that's what. So it's funny you say that because I was like, all right, look, number one, if anybody gets out of hand, please just call security and don't like get involved at all. Number two, just remember everyone has cell phones. Last thing I want, not that she would, but I don't want my wife in some viral video where she's like telling somebody they can't do that. And the next thing you know, it's this giant scrum. But then again, my wife would be like, hey, you can't do that. And they'd be like, yeah, we can. She'd be like, okay, I don't.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't care. Just, I don't get paid enough.
Yeah.
Anyways, safe round question one.
Farhan Zaidi said yesterday that if players don't step up, they're in sell mode. Safe or out. He's right.
I mean, safe. If the
players you picked, you mean?
The players that you picked, if they don't step up, yes, you should be in sell mode and really try to build that farm system that you can't really build. Yeah. So weirdly enough, I'm going to start out agreeing with Farhan Zaidi.
Hey.
Safe. Good statement, Farhan.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a logical one, safe. The problem with this is, I mean, I know what stepping up probably means to him and to most people, but even with this up and down first half, they're in it, kind of.
Right.
Like, they won't be far enough out where you go, this is a total disaster. They need to pick a direction. That's more like, go for it, or just say, we don't have it. We're going to take 2 years to clean it up, and then we'll be ready. And I don't think they're going to do that either.
No, they're in this limbo. The limbo you never want to be in
right.
a sports team. Number two, please.
The Giants under Zaidi are 384 and 473. If you take out 2021, they're 277 and 418.
Oof.
That's a 398 winning percentage. Safe or out. You can provide an excuse for Zaidi.
Out. I can't. This is this is what happens when the owner is 91 years old and just is looking at the bottom line.
What about that 2021 year?
And that's the thing. And I didn't want to be disingenuous, so I wanted to include both numbers. Like you can say, we'll take away 2021,
but that's the outlier.
That's right, but it's still under his command. So I want to be fair. I don't like it when people want their narrative to permeate, so they obfuscate.
But with that number, it's not great.
With that number, it's still
what was it 384? 473.
But here's the crazier part. Well, ownership's cheap. No, they're not. They have a top 10 payroll pretty much every single year. You have a jewel of a ballpark, arguably the best ballpark in baseball, taking away, history and all that stuff. Look, it's nothing personal, man. I don't know the guy. He's obviously insanely intelligent, went to Berkeley and MIT. I'm pretty sure the guy's got a big brain. Some people aren't good at the thing. And we've said this before. He seems more suited to being the guy in the back room with the big glasses on that are going through all these numbers, like the Matrix and talking to the GM that's running the show. I don't know what to hang my hat on with him other than every year they field this boring ass team. And I was looking at the comments last night on the tweet of his comments. And a lot of them were like, well, the players, he can't get out there and steal second and hit the home run and all that. It's not on him. It's like, bro, he brought these guys in.
Yeah.
It's on him.
Absolutely. You're right. I mean, and it's a results-based league. He's had and if they were to do something drastic and remove him, it's not like anybody go, that wasn't fair. He didn't have an opportunity. He's had plenty of opportunity. And they just haven't gotten better.
It's number three.
The Giants farm system has been ranked 17th the last 2 years. Is there anything Zaidi can hang his hat on?
2021.
I would say there's two things. Number one, 2021. Yeah, it's a hell of a year. Best year in Giants history, regular season-wise. Secondly, he somehow managed to keep this job for 6 years.
Yeah.
Good for him. He is the Trent Baalke of GMs.
Yeah. And I'll give him one other. This is being nice, but he's been in the conversation with Judge and Harper and Correa.
Yeah.
But he hasn't landed. I guess technically they kind of did in a weird way with Correa, but whatever.
Right.
or Shohei, maybe. Like, they were in those. Some
Yes.
organizations don't even get in them. So that's being really nice to them, though. But they haven't landed any of them.
Well, and to be honest, as we go to break, and the Giants, who are tremendously good at recognizing their own, I don't know if you saw, I think it's right center field. They put the patch out there on the wall in conversations. Raise the banner, baby. They were in conversations. Yeah. And I'd like to say this. They were in those conversations more because it's the San Francisco Giants than Farhan Zaidi. At some point, he's going to get fired, and we're going to look back and go, what the hell took you so long? It's, Chris, what's the thing? When I've asked you this before, when you're not in hell or heaven?
Purgatory.
This is purgatory for them. We'll take a break. When we come back, Devin Carter out at least 6 months, it looks like. Does this balance the roster out more? We try to look at the bright side next.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on sacktownsports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Get ready for the Kia Vacaville Summer Sticker Sales Event. This is your chance to make it a summer to remember with incredible deals on select 2024 Sportage and Sorrento vehicles. Kia Vacaville is offering an amazing 1.9% APR for up to 48 months for well-qualified buyers. Or you'll get $1,000 bonus cash on specialty tag 2024 Sportage and Sorrento models. It's the perfect time to upgrade your ride and start your summer adventures. Imagine cruising down the highway in your new Kia from Kia Vacaville, enjoying the advanced features and comfort of the Sportage or Sorrento. Whether you're planning a road trip or just driving around town, these vehicles are designed to elevate your experience. But don't wait too long. These unbeatable deals won't last forever. Your adventure starts now at Kia Vacaville, where every journey is an adventure. Visit them today and find the perfect vehicle for your summer plans. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia Vacaville for more details.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Eminem Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Imagine the most beautiful panoramic setting, endless waves crashing on a beach, kids playing in the park. Now, right smack in the middle of your perfect picture, imagine just one piece of litter. It doesn't fit, does it? And it simply doesn't belong anywhere, certainly not in California, not even one piece. Good news, if we work together, we will change it all. Clean California, zero litter is the goal. CleanCA.com.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, tell me what's happening for Chrysler's Make This the Summer Sales Event.
Everywhere you go, things are getting more expensive. But at Hoblet, we're working to save you as much as we can, which is why right now you can save up to $15,500 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram 1500 Bighorn or Laramie Hemi 4x4s. And we figured why not include no payments for 90 days.
You guys are going all out this month, aren't you?
From the time my grandfather opened the first Hoblet dealership back in 1949, one thing we've strive for is to treat you like family. That's why you'll find the big city selection and savings with over 400 Rams available, but the small town care and attention when you buy from Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
15,500 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 1500s after 8,500 factory rebates and 7,000 dealer discounts. Rebates include 2,000 Chrysler Captor bonus cash. Must finance with Chrysler Captor qualify. And 500 first responder cash for current members of eligible First Responder Association. At least 5 of this net savings. Sample VIN 190060. See dealer for details.
18 number ones.
What was I thinking?
Countless ACM and CMA awards. Sold out world tours. And now Dierks Bentley is coming to Sacramento for Country in the Park 2. September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Parmalee, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Plus line dancing, food trucks, and more. Tickets available now at CITVFest.com.
Brought to you by McKee Brothers, Clemmy, Reuter, and Inc. and Dawson Oil Company.
There is a different vibe at night at the Hagen Oaks Range powered by Top Tracer. It's more relaxed with golfers and newbies side by side enjoying the technology used on televised golf tournaments. Play a variety of fun games. Play Pebble Beach. Compete against friends at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range. Or treat yourself to 9 holes on the Mackenzie putting course. Hungry? The Hangout Food Truck offers burgers, chicken strips, and more. And don't forget to check the summer-long free concert schedule at the Hagen Oaks Driving Range, Fulton Avenue at Cap City Freeway.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sepp Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sepp Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sepp's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Quick Quack Car Wash takes the drama out of keeping your car clean.
Let's wash the car. Don't spray the hose inside the car.
Our convenient wash packages make it easy to get your car soaked, scrubbed, and on your way. Protect your car from sun, rain, and pollen with a ceramic duck wash. And get our in-wash light show and an unbeatable clean.
Oh, the kids filled the gas tank with water.
Of course they did. Quick Quack Car Wash. Come in today and get 25% off any wash.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
No look, Bibby to Weber, down the lane, flying jam. There's your play of the night right there. It's inside is Sabonis, a two-hand rip, a brilliant pass from De'Aaron Fox.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
MC says he misses Jay Mars. We all miss Jay Mars, but he didn't die.
No, he's still with us.
Who was the last one? Let's do a Jay Mars check. Who was the last person to talk to Jay Mars?
Me, yeah.
Yeah, how long ago?
Let me find out.
Okay.
How long do you think ago?
Oh, has it changed since we did this a few months ago?
Probably.
Okay. I'm going to say you spoke with him July 1st. Jason?
I'm going to say it was in June.
Jason's correct. June 28th.
Ah.
So you're kind of close.
Okay. All right. What, now, was it a work check-in? Like, where's the file?
Someone messaged him something on the
Tetslin
YouTube page.
I gotcha. Okay.
I was like, really?
Well,
is this true, Jay?
Yeah. We'll have to check that. Blake says he just looked at the Giants' record under Farhan, and they're 418 and 384. What? Since 2018? That's when he became the GM. So either my math is incredibly off, which by the way is always a possibility, but I don't
math
think
is hard.
Yeah, or not. Yeah, that's when he and why are we talking about Marvin Bagley in the chat, by the way, dunking on Mo Wagner?
Because there's a great moment in California Classic history. That second jump, by the way, man, lethal.
Somewhere I would think in Marvin Bagley's house, both of them, All three of them, maybe. I think original. I don't know if he's still with us, but if he is, there's got to be a poster of that big blown up poster.
Yeah.
I
don't know if I've seen that in a while. Is it? I haven't seen it in a while. Was it as good as?
It was pretty. It was
great,
good.
wasn't it?
It was pretty good.
But have we made it into a bigger thing, or is it accurate that it was pretty good?
I
don't remember the last time I saw it.
I was there. You were there. Are we
finding
being?
it?
I'm trying to. Here it is. Marvin Bagley posterizes Mo Wagner at NBA Summer League. Also, by the way, it was Kings Lakers too, which let's be honest,
makes it better.
That makes it a little bit better. I don't know if the sound here is going to do anything, but let's. Okay.
Good defense by Bagley.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That's really
look at the bench.
Oh, sound cut off. That
Marvin
sucks.
knew.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody can't see at home. Because Fox is that Fox? Wasn't that Fox passing to him? Jason, is that Fox right there? No, that's not wait.
Yeah, I think
that is Fox. Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good. That was.
Is that Harry Giles? It looks like Frank Mason.
That was because I think don't they play 12-minute quarters?
No, 10. Well, now it's 10. Maybe it was 12 back then.
Because it's 6:21 in the first. It's 7-5 Sacramento. Maybe it was 10 minutes. And Marvin Bagley, one dribble and just. Yeah, it was pretty good. That was the high.
He peaked.
That was the peak of
Bagley.
Marvin Bagley's career in Sacramento, and I think we're talking about it because obviously Devin Carter, and him being out 6 months, so we won't get to see that. I would imagine, however, you got to think. I'm trying to look for bright sides here. Whoever they pick this coming draft and Devin Carter will be in Summer League next year.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah.
You got to think he's going to be in Summer League if he's playing 2 months in the regular season. If Keon Ellis is in Summer League after starting multiple NBA games.
Well, and they put Keegan in last year,
yes.
right? Even maybe I think it was 2 games.
Wasn't like Keegan insisted to. He was, I'd play.
But he went off, too.
He did go off, which is fantastic. All right. So with him being out, we talked a lot about the imbalancing of the roster. Does this balance it a little bit more now?
Well, it takes a guard away, right? I mean, but I think it also shows maybe the importance of the Jordan McLaughlin signing, which we haven't given that much attention to because it just kind of felt like just an extra body. But I got to believe he's going to be more instrumental than we certainly anticipated, at least through, well, let's be safe, through Christmas, through the new year.
Jordan McLaughlin, coming over from Minnesota, is 28 years old, incredibly popular over there, 6 foot, 185, a hell of a beard, by the way. A beard game is on point.
Yeah.
This is a guy whose career averages are 4.5 points, 1.5 boards, 3 assists, and an average of 15 minutes. If you extrapolate those to per 36, it's about, 8, 6, and 4.
Yeah. Great assist to turnover ratio and a good, intense defender.
Yes, and that's so they've got
a backup. That's great.
He's going to be the backup to the backup, most likely, obviously, barring injury, which you always hope is barred. But now your backcourt is as of right now Fox, Huerter, perhaps DeRozan, Malik Monk, Keon Ellis, and McLaughlin, along with Colby Jones, and probably somebody I'm forgetting here. So,
but also more on Keon Ellis too, and all the guys, Monk, Huerter, if he's here, Fox, they need all of them.
It really does. The Carter surgery yesterday, and the fact that he's out 6 months. I did spend a little bit of time, and again, we think he'll be reevaluated in 6 months. We should be careful about that. It did make me think. Well, is it possible that Kevin Huerter is like that last ice cream sandwich in the freezer that you thought was an empty box, and you have the munchies, and you go in, you're like, and then you pull the empty box out. Oh, there's a sandwich behind it.
One more to go.
Wow.
This is great.
And it's even better than if the box was full because you didn't expect it.
Yes.
Like if Kevin Huerter had this surgery, which he did, and had said that it had been bothering him, which he did, well, if we come out next year and now all of a sudden Kevin Huerter's back to, let's just go to the first 3 months he was with the Kings from the Hawks.
It was great.
Oh, my God. And look, there are a lot of reasons why they didn't make the playoffs last year. We look at all those losses, all the last-minute losses, the blown leads, all that. One thing that's not talked about enough because he's not Fox or Sabonis is the downfall of Kevin Huerter contributed a lot to them not making the playoffs
For
last
sure.
year.
And we got a chance to know him pretty well that full year he was on with us. And I'd be curious, what's your read on how he personally is feeling today? Not health-wise, because he's gotten better. He's recovering. Of what he would want. I'm thinking for his career. I think probably what he would want is another chance to shine here.
Mm-hmm.
But also, is there part of him going, well, wait a minute. I do see that they drafted Carter. Malik came back. DeRozan can also play my position. They've already got and I'm not coming off a good year. He knows that.
Yeah.
And heard his name in rumors. So would I be better off going to Team X where, hey, I might start and kind of be another new opportunity, kind of like when he got here? I know that he did like it here for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think he's feeling about where he is professionally right now?
All right, that's a really good question. And of course, we had him on all year. We got to know him really well. I would like to think this is an educated guess, but underline this is a guess. No clue. To be clear and transparent, because sometimes people think things. We haven't talked to Kevin in a few months. Have no idea. Nobody in this camp. This is just pulling it out of your butt type of thing. But I'll bet you I'm close. I think had he been traded, of course, depending on where, but it would have been like, well, I'm welcoming the new start type of thing. Like I had fun there. It was great, but I'm looking forward to helping out the whatever team. I think he's pissed. I think he's pissed in all the ways that we want him to be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's in the gym, which we've seen video, which is not uncommon for an NBA player to see gym videos in summer. I look, Kevin was a blast of a guest, as you know, but there was also an edge to him.
Mm-hmm.
There were also times where
a good edge,
a really good edge, where he knows what's up. He knows what's going on. He knows what people are saying. He's not one of those I don't pay attention to anything guys. He's not like Kevin Durant reading everything with burner accounts, but he definitely is aware. And I think he's pissed.
Yeah.
And I think he wants to come back next year. And just like Kings fans might be disappointed in his numbers, I think Kevin Huerter's 500 times more pissed off in his numbers and disappointed. And we don't know how badly that shoulder was hurting him. It might have been hurting him all year, and he's just the guy that doesn't complain. A lot of these guys don't. He doesn't want to make it sound like he's got excuses. I think he wants to come out next year and be like, yeah, you forgot about me. You forgot about me. You forgot about what I bring this team and what at my best I can do for you.
Game short. Loose again. Huerter for the lead.
I still think you've been to every one. That's the biggest pop I've ever seen. I was watching on TV, and mics can help a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest pop that to me was weird. I've gone back and watched both the Bogdanovich Lakers clip and this clip, and that sounds slightly louder than the Bogey game winner.
Those were one of my favorite, like the anticipation, like it's the first miss, oh no, and then rebound, pass, one more pass. You're like, and it's just building up, and can this go? And then it does, and it's just bad luck.
And it's like a regular season game against the Jazz.
Yeah,
but
so that was a great
moment. By the way, we should say, and an absolutely perfect call from Mark Jones all the way through. We'll take a break. When we come back, 3 for Madness. Well, which King does benefit from Devin Carter being out? What is this, if anything? How does this affect their moves or non-moves? And an old guy signs with an old team. We'll talk about that in 3 for Madness next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hello, I'm Frank Cockrell with the Retirement Security Center for the weekly economic update. Hurry up and wait. It seems that we've been in a hurry to wait for the Fed chair to indicate when rate cuts may begin. Are we closing in on that event? Fed Chair Jerome Powell indicated they wouldn't wait until annual inflation was at 2% before cutting rates, as that may be too late. Cut too early and you refuel inflation. Cut too late and you could damage the economy and the labor market. Inflation may be receding as the biggest economic issue we are facing, with unemployment possibly taking its place. The chief economist at Moody's Analytics sees the labor market straining under the higher rates. The signal seems to be a September rate cut. While the jobs market is still robust, unemployment has creeped up 3 straight months. Areas that are dependent on consumer spending, such as leisure, are seeing slower job growth. The jobs market is still growing, just at a slower rate. We could see a Goldilocks moment where the jobs market isn't too hot nor too cold, just well balanced. Now we just have to hurry up and wait for the September Fed meetings to see if Goldilocks comes out ahead or the market bears are proven right. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Osaic Cafe Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Osaic Cafe is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Osaic Cafe.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
Checking in on the chat on YouTube. You can go to YouTube, just subscribe, like, do all that stuff, and get on the chat. I was trying to monitor as much as I can and participate. Our guy Family Schlegel, this was definitely not intentional, I think, but God, that's a double kick to the you-know-whats, man. I don't know what led to it, but he said something like, no, guys, I'm old, and then followed that up with, I'm a few months younger than Dave. And then a few things later said, but I'm retired. I don't know which one I'm more depressed about, the fact that he referred to himself as old, but yet younger than me, and he's retired.
Be depressed about all of it.
Yeah, I feel like that's going to sting for a while. You know what? Let's get rid of question 3 and move questions 1 and 2 down, because I just thought of a question during the break. I want to start 3 for Madness out and do something different. I'm going to ask the 2 of you my personal question 1. If the Kings, if I, again, this is a basketball Jesus moment. If I presented you guys with the following option, the Sacramento Kings, for whatever reason, and most likely, by the way, it would be reasons we certainly don't want to happen. If I told you right now you had a choice, the Kings could have moderately good health, good luck, whatever, and we'll see where the chips fall, and they're going to make the playoffs this year. Could be a 6 seed, an 8 seed, a 4 seed, a 1 seed. I don't know. I'm just saying they'll make the playoffs. But option 2 is, for some reason, they win between 28 and 32 games this year, miss the playoffs, but I'm guaranteeing you Cooper Flagg in the next draft. Which road do you take, Chris?
1.
You want to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jason?
1.
Okay.
Are you taking 2?
You're already in tank mode.
Tank commander.
Not in tank mode. That's like that's like a made up, never going to happen question. I was just, honestly, somebody else in the chat was joking about, like, hey, we'll get Cooper Flagg next year or something like that. And I thought, God, would I take that? Like, if it meant like all the hell of this year and missing the playoffs, but then you possibly you just take it in the shorts this year emotionally, but then next year you add Devin Carter, you add Cooper Flagg, you have the rest of these guys. Like, are you better off in the long run in this made up scenario that's never going to happen? Are you better off in the long run?
Can I add like a different stipulation?
Sure.
What if you asked that same question when it was going to be Wembanyama? So it would have been the Kings making their playoffs for the first time in over 20 years.
Or Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
I would have taken Wembanyama. I would have. Okay, does it change you guys at all? Does it change your answer at all if Basketball Jesus also said, and by the way, Cooper Flagg will be a first ballot Hall of Famer?
That changes it.
That does change
a
it?
little bit. Yeah, because of the uncertainty.
Okay.
I mean, he's supposed to be great.
Yeah.
Supposed to be.
So part of your answer,
so was Greg Oden, right?
Totally.
I mean, there are other examples.
So understandably, part of your reticence is like, well, yeah, we could do that and then get Cooper Flagg, and Cooper Flagg is Greg Oden, and when we suck. Chris, would that change your mind?
Yes.
Okay.
The other part too
is basketball Jesus
is knowing that is a big difference of when you're in it going, another 20-win season.
I know.
And then you find out he's going in as an Oklahoma City Thunder.
Number
Jesus is like, I lied. Ha ha.
Number 2, please.
Question 2.
Come on, basketball Jesus. Give us a break.
Which King benefits the most from Carter being out?
You know, it's just if the minutes are all in a jar, I'm gonna say it's the backup guard, not Malik Monk. I don't think this is really gonna affect Malik Monk. I think Malik Monk's gonna play and get his minutes no matter what, whether Devin Carter played or not. Malik's getting his 30 whatever minutes a night. So probably Keon Ellis.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
And you could make an argument. Well, Keon was already going to get his minutes, so honestly,
but did they bump up?
Right. I think his minutes will bump up. Now, if you ask that question based on who is going to get the most needed benefit out of this, it's probably Jordan McLaughlin, who would probably be a near the last guy off the bench dude, because you're playing behind Keon Ellis and Malik Monk and possibly Kevin Huerter, wherever you're slotted. Now all of a sudden, as the roster stands right now, he's going to need to play some serious rotational minutes. And let's not forget, by the way, that DeMar DeRozan can spend plenty of time at the 2, and they can shift over. So, but I think Keon's going to benefit.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's him. I don't know entirely how it all go. I mean, again, we got to see what the full roster will be when the season starts. But if it's what it is today, it's between him and McLaughlin. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Question 3, please.
Question 3.
Does this help or hurt the Kings' motivation to make another impact move?
Well, I mean, the right answer is I don't know. I'm not in the room, but we're being asked to guess here. I don't think it hurts it. I think I feel like we can eliminate that option. It may not move the needle.
Yeah. But wasn't the move anyway front court?
It was.
So that's still needed, even
nothing's
down a
changed.
backcourt guy. Yeah.
But they are less deep.
True.
By just definition,
yeah.
They're not as deep of a team as they were had he been starting out this year. And it's not just a roster spot. I mean, this is a guy that was expected to come in and be a pretty decent contributor from day one, albeit at a stronger part of the roster than the front court. I still think I don't think they're obsessed like they were with the whole DeRozan thing, where it's like we're making a move. But I do think it's our eyes are still open, our ears are still open, and our phones are not on voicemail, and we're taking calls, and maybe they're making some calls. They probably are. Look, Summer League is a whole experience for a lot of reasons, but one of the things about Summer League is that all the agents and all the GMs love to gather underneath one of the baskets during games. And if you're ever watching on TV, anytime they pan to the space between the basket and the wall, there's a large space there, as you know, Jason, that a lot of power players congregate.
That's where I go.
When I'm down there, that's my favorite place to be. Not because I'm a power player, obviously, but because
you just can't help but see people.
I just like sitting against the wall, and I'll just pretend to kind of be on my phone.
Yeah, if you're not paying attention, whoa.
Right. Oh, hey, there's Daryl Morey and Rob Pelinka having a very loud conversation about some things. And look, dude, sometimes they forget, or maybe not forget, maybe they don't care, but sometimes you hear things and you're like, oh God. And you
shouldn't be hearing this.
Right. You should. Right. And one of the most famous culprits of that was Vlade, because Vlade already has a loud booming voice. And he didn't really have that filter. So you'd hear him say stuff sometimes. And there's a code. You don't say, oh, I heard Daryl Morey say, but there was one time that it was me, Katie, Vlade and Peja were all talking underneath the basket. And I bring this up in part because NBA TV caught it and I was scratching my nose. Made it look like I was picking my nose. But Vlade was answering everything and very unfiltered. And granted, there's a friendship there and all that. But Katie and I were both talking later, and it's like, does Vlade just really, really trust us, or did he forget he was talking to media people?
Right.
And it was at the same time endearing about him, but also like, dude, are you doing this with other people?
Right. Should you be doing this?
Should you be doing this with other people? Anyways, point being, deals get made down there.
Right.
So I look, there's a lot of reasons why Monty and co are going down there, but I'm sure one of them is, hey, you get an opportunity. It's much like when DeMarcus Cousins was traded at the All-Star break. Got everybody gathered there. There's 2 times a year you have everybody gathered, All-Star break and Summer League, and it's almost like an NBA palooza there.
Yeah.
They go have dinner at John Moll's Roadkill Grill and talk about players. Next thing you know, you got a deal.
Is that when you found that place?
That's when I found. Yeah, we're making plans. We'll will we take a break? Am I off here?
It seems like you're late, but you're actually right on time.
Am I really? Okay.
You're like 30 seconds early.
It felt like the end of the segment, but then I looked at the paper and the time, and this is a guide.
Yeah,
it's not it's
a roadmap.
It's a roadmap, if you will. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, just some sports notes for you, if you will. You've got Paul Skenes. MLB midseason awards are out. You've got a streak extended, and the sports world loses somebody. We'll talk about that and more coming up right after this.
Can Mike Brown build on last season's Coach of the Year award? Can the Kings exceed 48 wins?
We will be better prepared to make the run that we expect to run come next playoff.
Tune into every Kings game this season on Sacktown Sports and sacktownsports.com.
Hey, it's me, your liver. You know, the organ that helps you recover every weekend after pizza, donuts, and all those drinks. When you have a headache, you take an aspirin. You have a stomach ache, you pop an acid. But where's the love for your best buddy, the liver? The least that you could do to help me stay healthy is take Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver tablets contain high-quality, all-natural ingredients like milk thistle, globe artichoke, and turmeric extracts, which are proven to keep me healthy and you feeling your best. Active Liver provides an easy daily detox and helps protect me all year long. So let me make you an offer you can't refuse. You take care of me with Active Liver, and I keep taking care of you. Capiche?
See for yourself why Active Liver is Scandinavia's #1 liver health supplement. You can find Active Liver at CVS and online at Amazon, Target.com, or directly from NewNordicUSA.com. Again, find it in stores at CVS or online at Amazon, Target.com, or NewNordicUSA.com.
I'm Ken Korak with your Green and Gold Report, brought to you by Xfinity Mobile. Connect to the most reliable 5G network nationwide. Well, even though Brent Rooker was certainly deserving with his 18 homers and 54 RBIs, the A's electric closer Mason Miller is the team's representative in the All-Star game. Now, he joins a list of 5 other Oakland rookies who have been named to the team over the years, names like Wayne Gross, Jose Canseco, Mark McGuire, Andrew Bailey, and Ryan Cook.
Want to save on some of the biggest names in streaming on the network made for streaming? Now through September 21st, get 150 megabit Xfinity internet for 12 months with a 1-year contract. And for just $15 a month, add the new Stream Saver that includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix for just $35 a month. Switch at Xfinity.com today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay to store bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity internet or TV and price subject to change.
The wild-eyed Southern boys are back. 38 special. Rocket into the night. Friday, July 19th at 7:30 at the venue at Thunder Valley. With Lou Graham, the original voice of Foreigner. Tickets on sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss 38 Special Live.
If you've been on the American River, it's uphill, it's downhill. There's trails everywhere that you can walk, and it just makes you happy. And I couldn't walk, and it was terrible. I was turning into a real crab. I went to the Good Feet store, and I tried on the arch supports. I could not believe that I was not in pain. I can walk, I can run, I can jump, I can do anything. My name's Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Oh, 1140 916 339 1140. Friday fun and games.
Yes. I'm going to test your knowledge a little bit later.
Are you?
Yeah.
Is it a new game?
Yes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, you do.
Okay. Chris, you got my thing? Hello?
Yeah.
We good to go? Let me know. A lot of times during the break, because, it's always the look at the keys for me. I'll be perusing the interwebs, and I'll pick up something that will take over the following segment. And in this case, I read something that's going to take over this segment. Chris, if you would, please. We have celebrity birthdays at the end of the program. And this isn't necessarily a celebrity birthday, although I guess it is kind of a celebrity birthday. Because July 12th, 1994, when I personally was a young lad finding my way through Omaha, Nebraska, if you will, smoking Bugler cigarettes that we rolled ourselves and working at a trap and skeet range.
I was getting ready to go into the 5th grade.
5th grade, Christopher Lott. A young, beautifully coiffed, just flowing locks.
Yes.
Jason W. Ross, not his real initial, started it. Sports 1140 KHTK, Hot Talk 1140 KHTK. And this was back when the HTK was for Hot Talk, which then magically became home of the Kings.
Yes.
Hot Talk. Jason, today is your 30th birthday at the station.
At the station, yes.
And I first off want to shout out all of the imaging we'll be running throughout the day.
Yes. Go ahead and hit the button, Chris.
Sacktown Sports wants to wish Jason Ross a happy 30th birthday. Yeah, Chris, we should put something together after the show. Just put it in the... do you remember what the lineup was?
Yeah.
When you started?
I think I could land pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
Closely.
Okay.
I'm forgetting the morning show.
It wasn't the Rise Guys? Well, was it Imus?
No,
it was Imus, wasn't it?
There you go. Was it Imus? I don't even know if it was Imus quite yet.
Okay.
It was we'll go with Imus.
Sure.
Because I was called in to fill in on the board for 2 weeks.
Okay.
There was a guy named Jerry.
How did you did you just apply?
Yeah, I sent in my demo tape, which was a cassette, to Mike Ramey.
It was on a stone tablet.
And I remember when he brought me in, he's like, he loved him. He goes, I really liked your tape. And I was excited because, there's a bunch of stuff from UC Davis, play-by-play, all this stuff. And he liked the music I chose.
Oh.
And I was like, oh. Okay.
Do you remember what the music was?
Yes. The 5th of Beethoven with like the disco version.
What?
Isn't that what it's called?
The Beethoven's 5th disco version?
Well, I don't know if that's the right. That's not. You have it there? Are you?
I'm efforting, and something is in fact coming up.
What's it? Who's it by?
Well, there's Walter Murphy.
No,
a 5th of Beethoven from the Saturday Night Fever.
I think that's it.
You think that's it? Let's
play it. I'll know in a second. If it's...
All right. Well, let me get through the Cialis
It was
commercial here.
I think you remember it from. There's a Family Guy scene.
All right.
That
Let's see. Was this Jason Ross's music here?
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. So
I have UC Davis calls highlights behind that.
So Mike
but like
Ramey's
when the kick in right about here. First and 10, Aggies with the ball at the 24. Whatever.
First and 10. Yeah, I'm Jason Ross. The screen, please.
Okay, so Mike Ramey with the lights out, probably in his office.
Yes, brings me in. Say, I say all this stuff. I did this. Was
say, Jason,
sports director at the campus station. I had a community TV show. Blah 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 blah. Just laying it all out there. And I bored. Oh, you bored up? Yeah. Well, say,
Jason.
We've got a guy that's going to be on vacation for 2 weeks. His name is Jerry. And if you'd like to fill in for 2 weeks as a board op, we could have a 1 week training and then. Sure. I mean, my debate was I had an opportunity to have an internship at the Orange County News Channel.
So you would have moved
gone
down,
back home,
gone back.
and then or take the job for 2 weeks with pay. I'm like, let me do the job for 2 weeks of pay. Jerry never came back. And then
Jerry just went on a permanent vacation.
He left.
Okay.
So then it was, hey, it's your job now. Same summer, Hot Talk gets the Kings. Hey, we're going to need a reporter. I'll do it. And then just.
So when you first applied, we didn't have the Kings?
No.
They weren't KFPK?
The afternoon show was Jack Youngblood and Mike Ramey.
Oh, my God.
The Von Hausen Auto Parts sports line.
Wow.
Show, I think.
Wow.
So I was board opping 3 different shows. G. Gordon Liddy into Fabulous Sports Babe, or vice versa.
Fabulous
into
Sports
Don and
Babe.
Mike.
Don and Mike was on back then? Wow.
So I did those 3 shows into, then it was the afternoon show, which I wasn't working on when I first started.
I haven't heard Fabulous Sports Babes in a long time.
And G. Gordon Liddy.
Yeah, I completely forgot. Is he still with us?
I don't believe so.
I don't believe so
Yeah.
either.
So we were Talk, literally, Hot Talk, and then we had an afternoon sports show. And I think at the time we had the Knights soccer, I believe. I think that's all that was going on sports-wise.
Fabulous Sports Babe, at least according to Wikipedia, is still with us.
Okay.
As a
I
matter
don't
of
believe
fact.
working, though, huh?
No. She is, her real name is Nancy Donnellan. And she, according to this, she currently resides in her St. Pete Beach, Florida home and is a season ticket holder for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1994, you start. You then go cover.
Yeah,
the
right out of
Leopard,
college.
right
Get
out
here
of
luckily,
college.
and then get the Kings. And then right after that, that's when Tim Roy and Grant Napier came over. And then they were in the afternoon show with Jack Youngblood because the Kings were now here, and those guys were working for the Kings. So, yeah.
Wow. And then it was off to the races. When did you start calling Sac State?
97.
So
a few
at
years
this point,
later.
your career's taking off. When did you start doing updates?
Pretty early.
Pretty early.
Yeah, pretty early. Different time. I was actually one of the first things on air I did. We had to do news. Like Mike Ramey then did news, but he would have time where he'd get vacation. So I was doing like top and bottom of the hour news reports.
Hi, this is Jason Ross.
Rip and read from like the AP, and I'm
Right.
just going like in Israel.
How are you-
Benjamin Netanyahu is, I'm like,
How
what
are
am
you? How are you getting your news
off the AP? Like we had a wire.
You had a wire, like no, legit. It'd be like,
Not that, but like we had a computer that would have stories, and then you could just print in, but it would come in like what looked like almost like a typewriter printer.
So okay, so and it would print out.
Yeah.
I mean, it would actually.
And that's the true term of rip and read. Like, I got to read that story about gas prices going up in Northern California. Print it out, rip it, and then you just.
So rip and read is what
Print
it was.
it and rip it.
Yep.
Wow. So Jason B doing his thing, and at some point, like news would.
And you know what's funny, by the way? Chris told me earlier, and I think you're even more like, what year are you? You're not that far behind me.
You're not going to like mine, Dave.
I know I know for a fact I'm not going to like yours. Well, I started out doing backup updates to you.
Yeah, but what year was that? Like 99 or 2000, 97, 98?
I was at Quad in 99. I came over here from Quad. So it would have been, I think.
So this is going to be 25.
I think it was. I
think
think
it
I
was
came over in
2000.
2000.
No, but I was going with just radio.
Huh?
Oh, in radio.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh, in radio.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm on 26 now.
Because
Yeah, see?
Jason, I guess you've always been here, huh?
Yeah.
Never really got anywhere.
No, this has been my only. I mean, I had other jobs before this, but nothing right out of college. Yeah, this is it. I've been here the entire time.
Why is do I have this thing muted? Did you mute me? Mute
Yeah,
me?
because the
Because what?
I didn't want it the commercial to
I
play
got you.
next.
Because I wanted Jason Ross here on this day.
Gas prices in California have stormed up to $1.12.
So, Jason, in the year 1994, when you started at KHDK,
yes,
Nelson Mandela was sworn in as South Africa's first black president. Guantanamo Bay was reopened. A small company was formed in Bellevue, Washington, called Amazon. by Jeff Bezos. Amazon.
Probably failed epically.
Amazon.
I know the biggest story of 94.
Was that Clinton?
Well, OJ.
Oh,
I mean, that was all during that. I mean, that was a lot of because that was like at our graduation a few weeks earlier. People had like free OJ. People had the white Ford Bronco on their caps on their caps.
So the year you started in radio here
was the OJ story. The trial, the murder, the trial. Yeah.
Okay. And I was
I don't know if it was the trial yet, but
I was making $200 a week driving a 1979 white Datsun pickup from here to Stockton.
You're making more than me.
I know, right? I was rich. Pulp Fiction came out that year. Friends debuted on NBC. Let's see. Anything? The Beatles' first album in 25 years, live at the BBC, was released. And Jimmy Johnson quit the Dallas Cowboys.
Wow.
Dakota Fanning was born, as was Harry Styles, Justin Bieber, and Bad Bunny. They were all born the year you started.
Baseball lockout.
Oh, you're not going to like this.
What?
What do Derrick Henry, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Breonna Stewart all have in common? They were all born the year Jason Ross started at the station.
Yeah.
You want to hear a fun stat?
Yes.
So I said I was in 5th grade when Jason first started here, or about to go to 5th grade.
Uh-huh.
How many more program directors has Jason had than me? At 1140.
How many more is the key answer?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on, though. 2? It's going to be a low number, isn't it?
I think it's 1.
Is it 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be
the one that hired me.
And you started here when?
2000. I was an intern in 2007.
You started 13 years after Jason.
Yeah.
And you had one more program because that's the thing. Mike Ramey was the PD here forever. And then, so we were the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Right.
And then we became the Kings circa 2010-ish.
Because people have said that, like, wow, you've had so many programs. And it's like, well, yes, but there was nothing but stability at one point.
Amongst the people we lost in 1994, Jason, the year you started, Kurt Cobain. Golly. Let's see. John Candy. Burt Lancaster.
Okay.
Richard Nixon.
You're getting emotional.
I am.
Yeah.
I am. Jackie Kennedy and Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't know if we really lost Jeffrey Dahmer, but he passed away in 1994. Okay. Well, let's end on that note. Congratulations. And you know, it's funny the way the world works because
you're fired.
I always say I owe you an eternal thank you. It's funny the way the world works. Also, a lot of you out there, it's Jason's fault because if it wasn't for you and Steve Buzzard,
the Buzzman,
doing the Kings post game, old David Carmichael would have never been Carmichael. It was literally you guys that switched the David Carmichael to Carmichael Dave.
Keep calling us first.
Well, if you do that, we'll put you first up.
Yeah.
Keep doing that. We'll let you come in.
How many games was left in the season, or was it like?
It was the first.
You were calling regularly.
It was the first game of the season.
Was it?
It was the very first game of the season.
You said keep calling every game,
and I didn't miss a single game.
And then we brought you in.
And then you said if I had made the whole season, you bring me in if the Kings made the playoffs, and they clinched against the Nuggets.
Yes, and we had a celebration.
Yeah, we had a celebration. Came in. That was my first time ever in any radio studio. And then off to the races. And here we are 85 years later doing the morning show. Well, congratulations, dude. 30 years in the same market.
That's pretty rare. I did not realize how rare that was, but it is pretty rare. But you're doing the same thing.
I'm a little behind you, but
not much.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason why. You're a good guy. Everyone loves working with you. You've done every single possible position here from board op to program director. Have you ever worked promotions?
It helped with, but not technically right. But did some stuff, especially early on. I mean, in the beginning, it was everything. I mean, literally, it was everything. There's weekends, holidays, and then on air, it's been every day part. Yeah.
And as we break here, look, there's 2 ways you can stay in the same market and radio that long. You can either be a backstabbing, conniving person that has things on other people, or you can be a good guy that everyone loves working with. And if there's ever a thought of, well, we need to cut things, we need to cut back on this or that, everybody goes, not him. No, the whole place
been fooling them for
quit.
30 years.
Yes, you have, because deep down, you're a terrible person.
See, you know.
We'll take a break when we come back. All right, now we'll get to that segment. Paul Skenes, the MLB midseason awards. Streak extends, and we lose a member of the sports world. We'll do all that right after this.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
Hey, you never know when you may need someone to help you out, to represent you. If you're in a bind, you're in a pinch, something happened, a situation, you don't know who to call, well, here's the number for you, 916-304-9187. That's the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez at SAClegaldefense.com. Now, why might you need the number? Well, you're in a situation where you need some representation. How about an auto accident? Sometimes those get a little more serious. You get into a situation where you're bickering with the other person. Like, how do you get that covered? Well, how about getting some representation? Maybe you've got something that's been following you for 30 years, something that goes way back, that's still attached to you, that you'd like removed from your record, that's just keeping you from doing other things like expungements. They'll do that for you. Jonathan Gonzalez does that. Also, certainly wrongful termination cases. Those do happen quite frequently. Maybe you need someone to help you out there with representation. So he's here. He's local. He's a Sacramento, and he's one of us. And so you need to feel like you have a representation, someone you can trust. Here's your guy, SAClegaldefense.com. The law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez. Again, give him a call at 916-304-9187.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spas Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
The Open Championship celebrates its 152nd anniversary this month at Royal Troon in Scotland. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. The game's top players assemble for a chance at the coveted Claret Jug. The Open Championship is about tradition, excellence, and class. And you'll find similar qualities at Naturewood Home Furnishings as they assemble the finest furniture and brand choices for your selection. When you visit Naturewood, you'll be amazed at the gallery of superior furniture available for your lifestyle, for your decor, for your home. This weekend during Naturewood's bedroom sale, you're sure to find the perfect piece you've been searching for. Naturewood is proud to bring you Open Championship updates on this station and proud to offer you the finest furnishings available. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the watermill.
What's up? Talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. What's happening for Chrysler's Make This These Summer Sales events?
Right now, save up to $12,000 off MSRP on new 2024 Ram 2500 Laramie or Tradesman. For work or for play, you pick. If you need a heavy-duty Ram truck, Hoblet should be your first stop to find what you need at the best price.
Oh, you're going all out this month.
From the time my grandfather opened the first Hoblet dealership back in 1949, one thing we've strived for is to treat you like family. That's why you'll find the big city selection and savings with over 400 Rams available, but the small town care and attention when you buy from Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram.
You won't find a bigger selection or better deals on the truck you want. Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
12,000 total net savings on select new 2024 Ram 2500 and 3500s after 2,000 Hoblet Select inventory bonus cash. Laramies include 9,500 dealer discount and 500 first responder bonus cash for current members of qualifying First Responder Association. Tradesmen include 7,000 dealer discounts and 5,000 factory rebates. Rebates include 1,500 commercial bonus cash for current business owners with valid tax ID. At least 5 of each offer. Sample VIN 103767 and 221741. See dealer for details.
Quick Quack Car Wash takes the drama out of keeping your car clean.
Let's wash the car. Don't spray the hose inside the car.
Our convenient wash packages make it easy to get your car soaked, scrubbed, and on your way. Protect your car from sun, rain, and pollen with a ceramic duck wash and get our in-wash light show and an unbeatable clean.
Oh, the kids filled the gas tank with water.
Of course they did. Quick Quack Car Wash. Come in today and get 25% off any wash.
I want to. You say
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Lisa Loeb and Stay. Why are we playing this?
I've been playing all the top songs from 1994.
Banger.
Which is Jason's anniversary.
That is right. It's always something there. That's a nice card you got from Pat, Tom, and Cody.
Yes.
I assume illustrated by Tom.
Yeah, we think so. That's a then and now, 30 years. So you can take
Yeah,
it. There's
so
the then. Looks like I'm very young. Like, I don't know if Tom is. There's a bottle and
a bottle. I assume
I don't know
that's
if they're-
your wife in Jackson.
No, that's Pat and Tom.
That's him.
And that's me as a baby. I guess I was a baby 30 years ago. And Tom's wearing not a Swatch watch, but a Swatch shirt, he wrote.
You're the little baby. I
Yes.
got it now. Okay. I was thinking, okay.
So it's then. And
All right.
now.
And then there's now it's Cody in the background. And is
Tom's wearing something that says free
shirt. You've got a Kings jersey on.
Yes.
What is the tuft of hair at the top, though?
I don't know.
I don't know
I don't
either.
think I have the tuft.
You look like a Peanuts character.
Yes.
And Cody looks like Wilma from the Flintstones. Now 30 years. That's
Yeah.
well done. We should frame that and put it up here. Oh, I didn't open it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a whole thing. Oh, look, happy work anniversary. 30 years is too long. What's Cody trying to say?
I know that's what she's. I just meant it's too long in one spot. I go,
Or is she saying you've been here
Yeah,
too
it's time to
long?
go.
It's time to move on. We need Soundstage. Congratulations, Jason Ross Day. We need,
Yeah, because they had their. That was a
they're
really
just-
cool Hall of Fame.
I
and
heard.
It was cool.
That is
Nicely done.
cool.
Did Tom not sign it?
Tom didn't sign it.
Huh.
Might have spread the rumor that you didn't come because you didn't like them.
Did you?
Yes.
Shockingly.
He might have.
He might
I
have
can't
done
confirm that though.
Well, very, very good. Congratulations. And I see the congrats are rolling in on the
Oh, thank you.
on the Twitter accounts as well. So very well done. 30 years, Jason Ross. Also, shout out during all of this. Shout out Christopher Lott. It's a good day for him. He's in the middle of a soccer holy war right now with a Huddersfield Town fan on Twitter. That's just going to end wonderfully. That's just they don't get his kind of humor over there.
They do not.
They don't.
Actually, my group gets my humor. But
From the 916, congratulations, Jason. I've been with you the entire trip. Good luck in the future.
Wow, long time listener.
That is a long time listener. Well, now it sounds like you're leaving.
I know.
Good luck,
Well,
Jason.
Is there something I don't know?
All right. So
Cody kind of
alluded to that.
Yeah.
Too long.
Yeah. All right, what do we got here? We got 4 minutes. So Monty Kiffin has passed away. Lane Kiffin's dad, Monty Kiffin, longtime coach, coordinator, and very successful in the world of football. Didn't Monty? Why am I in my brain thinking that did Monty Kiffin coach the Raiders, or wasn't he?
That was Lane, but I don't know if Monty
I
was
thought
ever
Monty
head coach. I
was-
think he was a coach with the Raiders.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, he was part of the coaching staff at one point.
Yeah.
And
Certainly
so-
with Tampa.
Yep. Nope, that was his son, not him.
Okay.
I thought he came on with his son for some
I
reason.
thought somewhere too. But
Started as a graduate assistant in 1966 in Nebraska. And then Packers, Bills, Vikings, defensive coordinator with the Saints, Bucks, Tennessee, USC, Cowboys, Jags, Florida Atlantic, Ole Miss. And the funny thing is about Monty Kiffin, too, is that the only time he was ever a head coach was 3 years at NC State. That's it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Did not, I guess, did not either want to or wasn't really into being a head coach. Enjoyed being a coordinator more. And his sons are both football coaches. The one you guys know about is Lane, who's coached all over the place. And his younger son, Chris, played football at Colorado State and was most recently the linebackers coach for the Houston Texans. Monty was 84. He passed away in Oxford, Mississippi. So happy trails to Monty, and that's a life well lived. We talked about Paul Skenes absolutely shining in the first part of his rookie year. And, it doesn't seem like he's one of those rookies. I always call it the Kurt Reeder special when Reeder came up, and I think he started 11-0 or 11-1 with the Expos, the ex-Giant Woody. And then, not that Reeder had a phenomenal career. It just wasn't, 11-1 every year type of thing. Pitchers tend to get figured out at some point. I don't think that's going to happen with Paul Skenes. Now, I don't think he's going to be, like right now, honestly, the start of his career, it looks like the second coming of Nolan Ryan, to be honest with you. But I think you can put Rookie of the Year in his back pocket.
Yeah. And it, for baseball, I know it's regional too. I hate to say this already. Like, does he need to? They know who he is, but he's in Pittsburgh, right? Which is a good baseball town. But would this land differently if he was doing this for I hate to say it, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Red Sox, all the big boys.
If Paul Skenes were playing, and look, we're Kings fans, so we're on the side of the small market here. If Paul Skenes were playing for the Dodgers, if he was playing for the Yankees. By the way, he's the presumptive, almost certain Rookie of the Year.
Right.
At this rate, he'll get MVP votes, and he is the second biggest star in his family behind his longtime girlfriend, Livy Dunn, who is a gymnast, I think, at LSU, and just an absolute social media sensation. I mean, millions and millions and millions of followers. There's a lot of, hey, who's Livy Dunn's boyfriend? It's not not the other way around. He would be a super duper duper star right now. The fact that he's in Pittsburgh, unfortunately, it just doesn't work the same. Mid-season awards, best half-season player according to ESPN. No surprise here. All rise. Aaron Judge, who unfortunately can't get me a hit, but could do well otherwise. AL MVP top 10. Judge is leading that with Gunnar Henderson right behind him, and his teammate Juan Soto at third. NL MVP. No surprise here. Shohei Ohtani. Mookie Betts still in the 2 slot, but that will slide. And then Ketel Marte and Marcell Ozuna. Best half-season pitcher, according to ESPN. Ranger Suarez, Philadelphia Phillies. Interesting. At present, he's on pace to go 21-2 with a 1.75 ERA.
I guess so. I guess that works.
That's fine. Interestingly enough, Paul Skenes does not appear in the NL Cy Young top 10.
That's going to change.
Why?
Right. I know he doesn't have the full portion of this first half of the season, but I mean, he's been a good bulk of it, and he's been one of the huge names of the first half.
I mean, he's 6-0 with a 1.9 ERA and 89 strikeouts in 66 innings pitched. Now that's what it is. He hasn't pitched enough. Luis Gil, New York Yankees, is right now your AL Rookie of the Year. Brian Hudson is your NL Rookie of the Year. So I guess me saying that he's got it in his back pocket is false, because currently he's ranked 5th, but you have a feeling that's going to change in the second half. And I'm looking for a Giant anywhere on the list. Looking. And I can't. Still says the most disappointing team is the Houston Astros. Yet they've been kind of,
they've turned it around from the beginning. That's for sure.
And mid-season standings, according to ESPN, the best team in Major League Baseball, the New York Yankees.
I don't know why.
I do, because it's from June 24th. We'll take a break. That was the actual mid-season awards. When we come back, Devin Carter out for a while, will be reevaluated in 6 months. What does that mean? And what is now a bigger deal than we thought before? We'll break that down once again right here on Sacktown Sports.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
You don't want to miss the Kia of Vacaville Summer Sticker Sales Event. This is your chance to drive home in a brand new Kia with leases starting as low as $169 per month, plus bonus cash. Whether you're eyeing the stylish Kia Soul, the versatile Kia Sportage, the luxurious Telluride, or the efficient Kia Forte, we've got the perfect model to fit your lifestyle and budget. Come into Kia of Vacaville today and experience our incredible selection of vehicles, outstanding customer service, and unbeatable deals. Kia of Vacaville's friendly and knowledgeable staff are here to help you find your dream car and to make the entire process seamless and enjoyable. Imagine cruising through this summer to Tahoe or the beach in a brand new spacious Kia, making memories with family and friends. Don't wait. These deals won't last long. Visit Kia of Vacaville today and turn your dream into reality. Make this summer one to remember with a new Kia from Kia of Vacaville. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia of Vacaville for more details.
Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino. Sacramento summertime heat is back. And of course, Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite everyone to soak up some air conditioning, still with the most variety of table games in the region. And as always, the best food, best service, and the best action, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Capital Casino, of course, reminding everyone to please make sure you gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Everyone loves to be outside, and so do mosquitoes. Protect yourself against mosquitoes and West Nile virus by following these simple tips. At least once a week, look around your yard and drain stagnant water from any containers where mosquitoes can breed. Remember to use an effective mosquito repellent, especially at dawn and dusk when mosquitoes are most active. Close all doors and be sure screens are in good working condition. At the Mosquito and Vector Control District, we're here to help. Visit us at fightthebite.net.
Catch some Aggie football this fall and save money while doing it. Grab one of our all-new mini plans and save up to 40% off single-game tickets. With our can't-miss home slate of games this season, you can pick 82 games for just $60 or any 3 games for $75. Pick the games that fit your schedule and come support the Aggies on their quest for a Big Sky championship. Mini plans can be purchased by calling the ticket office at 530-752-2471 or online at ucdavisaggies.com/tickets. Go Axe!
Hey everyone, it's Kyle Draper here to remind you that the famous Bay Area pizza company Amici's East Coast Pizzeria now has a location in Sacramento, offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. You can check out their menu and order online at amicis.com and click on the Sacramento location. And as a special deal, all this week, order any large pizza and get a second pizza of equal or lesser value for half the price. Use code HALF-OFF at checkout. So when you want a great deal on pizzas this week, use promo code HALF-OFF at Amicis.com and Amici's delivers.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339.
.30 like about a week ago.
Poor Frankie.
A little bit more. But I'm like, my career is is you. It's like my work.
Yeah. Oh,
my work
Frankie.
baby.
Frankie was born that year.
Yeah.
Oh, baby Frankie.
And the other one, the stunner one that really gets me is Kyle, not Draper, but Ledbetter, was born the day I got married.
You met your wife here, did you not?
I did.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
No marriage, no Jackson, no graduation.
Yeah.
None of that.
Yeah.
Wow. When are we doing this, by the way?
Whatever you want.
Whenever I want?
Yeah.
Let me preview it because we're putting together something pretty cool for y'all. And by we, I mean, everyone else in promotions and beyond. Sacktown Sports has teamed up with the newest luxury resort in Las Vegas, the Fontainebleau Las Vegas, to get you laced up with the ultimate luxury grand prize experience this summer. Head to Sacktown Sports and enter for your chance to win this grand prize package, including a posh 2-night stay at the Fontainebleau Las Vegas, a $500 Amex card for gas, airfare, tickets to a show, and more. You must be over 21 or 21 or over, I should say, to enter, and terms and conditions apply. For more info and to enter to win, go to sacktownsports.com. Did you say
This is the height of luxury.
Did you say hit line one? All right, line one. He hasn't screened it. I don't know who this is. Line one, you're on with Jason Ross.
Jason Ross, this is your mother. How you doing? Hey,
Great.
congrats,
Great.
Jay Ross.
Oh, wait.
I thought that was Nate Littlefield.
Is this really my mother?
Yes, I was so proud when you got that job 30 years ago.
I forgot where you were born. Where's our accent from? Where were we originally from?
Yeah, it's a South Country, a little bit of Sylvania down there at the corner right below.
Edith Bunker's your
right
mom?
before Iran.
Wow.
And finally got you out. Me and your father was so proud you got a job at the radio station to talk to people. You are a good kid. We love you so much.
Thank you, Jason Ross's mom, for checking in.
I did not. I mean, I feel like my life is a lie. I didn't know I was from
Honestly,
original roots or from somewhere else.
I didn't know either. It sounds more like my grandmother. Apropos,
Thanks, Mom.
to celebrate your 30th birthday here, Catherine Zeta-Jones apparently walks away from a round of golf with a very specific prize when she plays with her husband, Michael Douglas. The 79-year-old Douglas stunned co-hosts on The View when he revealed during a chat about his new documentary, America's Burning, that he and Zeta-Jones, who's 54, are quite competitive when it comes to challenging each other while golfing, and said his wife has a particular way of dealing with him when she wins. He was asked, what does she make you do when you lose to her? And how can I do this here? Catherine Zeta-Jones said he has to, he's got to drop his pants on the course. And is
that it?
He's got to, he's got to, what was his he's got to present his Gordon Gekko to right there.
Yeah.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, Mike Douglas living his best life, ain't he?
He is. Yes.
What is that? A 25-year difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's Gordon Gekko. I think it's more of Falling Down.
A wonderful, wonderful movie, by the way.
Was it?
It was
I remember the trailer. I like him, and I remember the trailer. I'm like, I don't know if I want to see this, and I never did.
Well, let me put it
He's
this
like
way.
an angry. Is it like he just goes?
He's
nuts?
fed up.
Okay.
He's fed up, dude.
But is he
with everything?
And with everything.
And what in that sense actually is it good?
Look, when I say it's a wonderful movie, let me be incredibly clear here. Like,
it's not a comedy.
It's not a wonderful movie like Forrest Gump or a feel good, a little tear at the end. Well, you do get maybe a little tear. It is
but just fed up with work, the world.
It's
everybody.
like everything. He's
just boiling over.
He's on his way to work. Yeah, boiling over. He's on his way to work, and there's construction, and it's there every day. And he goes, guys, you've been doing this for weeks. Like, what are you doing? I don't know. Ask him. Well, what are you guys doing here? I don't know. Don't worry about it. Okay. And then he goes to the fast food place, the Jolly Burger or whatever. And he's like, hey, can I get a breakfast sandwich? You're like, it's 10:30. Well, I know, but you still have come on, I'm right there. Can I? No, sir. Look at the sign. It's one of those. Plus, he's going through, he's divorced and he's trying to see his kid. And he begins to just psychologically melt down And then next thing you know, he's really losing it. And when I say it's a wonderful movie,
sure he's good at that.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It is an incredible acting performance. Favorite Michael Douglas movie before we move on? I know mine, and it's probably not yours. He's been in a lot of good ones.
I like him a lot. Let me see. What's yours?
Romancing the Stone. I loved him in Romancing the Stone. I love those movies. And Jewel of the Nile. I mean, you could, look, like I don't think that's going to be the one that's the most popular with everyone.
What's the one where he's with Gwyneth Paltrow and he like attempts to have her, like it's his wife. He's
Perfect Murder.
Thank you.
Really?
He's good in that.
The Game.
The Game with Sean Penn was really good. I forgot he was in that One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, and recently Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm. Boy, how about this? How about this run?
Las Vegas? Did you see that?
I did not.
What? That was out a few years ago.
This dude in 84 goes with Romancing the Stone, follows it up with The Jewel of the Nile, A Chorus Line, Fatal Attraction, Wall Street, Black Rain, War of the Roses. That's a pretty nice run right there.
Oh, my favorite.
Basic Instinct.
Yeah.
So he's like that's like Fatal Attraction and Basic Instinct, kind of. Yeah. Okay.
My favorite one of his movies. He's the executive producer of. He's not even in it.
Which?
Face Off.
Oh, Christ. Yeah. Which one? Basic Instinct or Fatal? Which one was the one with Sharon Stone's legs?
Basic Instinct.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Fatal Attraction is Glenn Close.
The bunny.
Oh, yeah. The boiled bunny.
What's the other one with it's a work related one, Demi Moore. It's probably on your list there.
Yeah, but I don't know which
90s maybe.
The 90s Flatline or no, he wasn't in Flatliners. Shining Through, Basic Instinct, Falling Down, Disclosure.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh, I lied. I'm sorry. It's not Romancing the Stone. Duh. He's Andy Shepard, President of the United States, and Aaron Sorkin's American President, which launched West Wing. Of course, that's my favorite Michael Douglas. I forgot all about that. Anyways, why are we're talking like it's not his birthday, nor did he just die. we got a story about him having to drop trow on a golf course,
and that's something people always say, like if you don't hit it a certain distance. But I mean, I guess in this case,
that is a thing. If you don't,
no one ever does. Yeah, well, I say.
Isn't that the thing? Like you say a certain distance. I was always told if you can't hit it, if you don't hit it past the ladies' tees,
that's what I'm saying.
You're supposed to,
Yeah.
I've never seen that paid off, and I'm glad.
Yeah,
nor would I want to see it paid off. Let's go to Steven on line one since this segment's already gone. Good morning, Steven.
Since this segment's already gone, oh boy,
you're gonna bring it back.
I'm gonna bring it back. Well, my stream is 3 minutes behind, so can you help me bring it back around?
Yeah, please do. Go ahead. We're just talking about Michael Douglas.
Oh, Michael Douglas, it's great, dude. He's a phenomenal actor. Have you guys seen freaking Basic Instinct? I don't know. I'm trying to bring it back around. I'm trying to bring it back around here. Bring it home. You know what I'm saying?
That's okay. We're here now.
Oh, well, I appreciate you. Just checking in with you boys, man. Well, I have nothing else to say because,
that's a perfect call. You go
first. My mother checks in.
Right, your mom checked in.
Yeah.
I like it when you have a show that people listen to enough where they're just like, I got nothing. I just want to say hi.
I just want to be in.
Hey, I just want to say hello.
Yeah,
I got absolutely
Steven's
nothing.
Our guy. He'll be back.
Good for you, Steven. Great call. Well, let's take a quick shower. In the KHTK steam room. When we come back, let's talk about this injury to Devin Carter and who will start for your Sacramento Kings. Anthony Slater came on yesterday and made a lot of people angry.
Yes.
We'll talk about that next.
What's the missing piece for the 49ers?
Which names will they add during free agency? Whether it's in season or off season, the coverage never stops. Get the latest 49ers news on Sacktown Sports at sacktownsports.com.
This is the story of the one. As head of maintenance at a concert hall, he knows the show must always go on. That's why he works behind the scenes, ensuring every light is working, the HVAC is humming, and his facility shines. With Granger's supplies and solutions for every challenge he faces, plus 24/7 customer support, his venue never misses a beat. Call quickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
This segment is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville. Check them out at kiavacaville.com.
What's his name? He was Coolio.
He was 100% Coolio.
Yeah.
I should bring in the Coolio cookbook one time. No, I really did. Coolio had a cookbook.
We have that cookbook, and we have to cook through the King's cookbook. Bob Gerald showed us the other day.
Oh my God, which cookbook would produce the top 5 best foods? Coolio's cookbook or the King's cookbook? That's a tough one. I'll have to bring it in so we can compare and contrast. My money right now is with Coolio, but that's because I know what's in there. There's
some good stuff.
There's some good stuff.
Are there?
Is there anything you continue?
Yeah.
Like, is there anything like I still make?
Yeah.
No.
It's not that good.
I haven't made anything. It sounds good.
You have a Coolio cookbook.
I do. I haven't made anything.
Did someone give that to you?
That was a gift. I have a guy that gives me a gift every year.
That's an interesting. You know what Dave needs? A Coolio
It's
cookbook.
the most random. I can't even tell you on the air what his gift was. He sent it to me a month before my birthday, just because it's a running joke. I can't even tell you the gift he got me this year. It would probably get me fired. But
it's a thumb drive.
No, it's a T-shirt, and I'll take you through. I get it in the mail. My wife's there. She always wants to see what the gift is. I open it up, and it's a black T-shirt, so I can't see what so then I look up at the writing, and I go, remember when you handed me your phone, and I'm looking at the phone, I was playing a clip, and it said a really bad word on it, and I dropped the phone.
Yeah, that was Chris.
Oh, that was Chris? Yeah, Watkins? Yeah, that was like that with the shirt. I was like, there's no way in the world I could ever wear this T-shirt. So shout out Mikey.
Why does he do it a month ahead of time?
Because one time he told me happy birthday a month early, and I made fun of him, and so now that's a thing. This guy introduced me to my wife, by the way, and
okay.
Now lives in San Antonio. Who will start for the Sacramento Kings? Anthony Slater brought up an interesting point because the conversation has really gone around. Well, do you start Malik? He wants to start. He came back. He did the Kings a solid. Does he deserve to start? Do you start Keon Ellis? They were a top 5 defense with him in the starting lineup. And is that really maybe that's the smartest move, especially since they added DeMar DeRozan? By the way, I think that's the smartest move. I'm in on Keon Ellis starting at the 2.
Kevin Huerter
won
the most games that year with Huerter as the starting 2
and has started at the 2 the last 2 years. But Slater went somewhere different.
He did,
which was let's move it all back. Let's go with DeRozan at the 2, which I think is his natural. I think that's his best position.
And maybe Keegan at 3 might be his best position.
I agree with you.
So I like that thought.
I agree with you on that 100%. And then you go Trey Lyles at the 4, which would give you a little bit of defensive help down low and give you a physical presence, if you will, to help out and take some of the load off of Domantas Sabonis. And he's a guy that can stretch the floor a little bit.
Which I had not thought of this idea, by the way.
I hadn't either.
Yeah.
I mean, credit to him. I really honestly had not thought of it. And I really don't hate the idea. Trey Lyles would now be a 6 foot. You're now looking at your front line at 6'9", 6'10". You could argue that's a bit undersized, but who else was really undersized at the 4 and the 5 were the Warriors.
Yeah.
Went back during their title run for the most part. We've seen it work. I think my main issue with that right now, honestly, is not the fit. As a matter of fact, you can make an argument that no, you couldn't, because you have to start. I was going to say if you had Ellis and Lyles in the starting lineup, that'd be interesting. But you have to start DeRozan. But you'd be looking at Fox, DeRozan, Murray, Lyles, and Sabonis. You just said it. I think the biggest advantage of that lineup is that really everybody's playing their natural position for the most part. But my problem there now you're really thin on the bench
in the front court.
Yeah. Because the old, the way we've been thinking is Keegan's playing power forward, DeRozan at the 3, and then either Huerter or Keon Ellis at the 2, and Lyles is now bench help. If you move Lyles into the front court as a starter, good. Now all of a sudden you're looking at your backup guys as maybe Keegan slides over, Alex Len, and if he's even on the team, Jalen McDaniels.
Right.
That's where I have an issue with it.
Yeah, and I think that's the question. Certainly, I think it falls things into place a little bit more in the starting lineup, but then I think that's what would happen first. If, let's say, Lyles or Sabonis came out, probably Lyles, let's say, I think you move Murray to the 4. Everybody kind of slides, and you can bring in some of the guards and that depth off the bench. The reason I do like it is it lines everybody up a little bit better, and that's why when we talked about them not being done, I don't know that they're going to be able to add a front court player that starts for this team unless you make a trade. But if they add free agents, it's likely bench depth in the front court. So you still have the decision on who to start, whether you go this way, which is bigger, or if you kind of go with what a lot of people think, either kind of a Monk or Ellis, or still maybe even Huerter at the 2.
Well, at this point, I'm thinking more and more about, okay, well, why don't you just throw – Can we get Lauri Markkanen for Huerter and 4 first-rounders, since this will be the second year in a row now we haven't had a first-rounder play for us, basically. I'm getting used to that now. Yeah. So what's another 4 first-rounders? Screw it. Markkanen would obviously be the home run, if you will, move for them, which would cost quite a bit. There was a rumor that Danny Ainge was willing to part with Walker Kessler for a first-round pick, which sounded weird, and then turns out about a day later, it was leaked that he was asking for at least 2 first-round picks. If he's asking for 2 first-round picks for Walker Kessler, who I like very much, I think the starting price for Lauri Markkanen is 4 first-round picks and probably a starter or rotation player. So it does. You kind of get the feeling with Lauri Markkanen, and I could be wrong, that the Kings are like, well, we'll give you Huerter in 4. And they're like, no, you'll give us Keegan in 3. And they're like, no. I have a feeling that's probably about maybe Keegan in 2. Keegan in 2, they're asking for, and we're saying Huerter in 3 or Huerter in 4. I could be wrong there, but that seems to me the most likely line of demarcation there. But they got to add somebody else down.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't see them going into the regular season down another, that light.
Yeah, and then knock on wood, barring, an injury to the front court, then what? My goodness.
No, you get an injury. Look, we talked about this before. And don't we still have, yep, we have the salt shaker. Whoop, and knock on wood, salt over the shoulder. If either De'Aaron Fox or Domantas Sabonis miss any sort of extended time this year, you can pretty much close the curtains or at least start closing them on any playoff hopes for this team. But the way this team is set up right now, they're more able to absorb De'Aaron being out. And this doesn't mean De'Aaron's not as good as Sabonis at all.
Right.
It means they have more, like, okay, De'Aaron's out. Okay, well, you're going to put Keon Ellis in there. You've got people back there that can at least sort. There's nothing. Sabonis is out. You've got Len, Lyles. No offense to them.
Right.
But that drop off is far, far greater, I can't see them not adding someone. The problem is they're cap locked right now. They have their MLE, and they have the ability to make trades.
Well, in the MLE too, like, look, and Anthony Slater did say this yesterday, like a lot of the money is gone as far as the people that are of desired money to be taken, right? Those guys, the names are gone. There are a few people left, but it just feels like it would have to be a trade to get the true impactful. Now they can add more bodies, but I just, the impact feels like it has to come through a trade.
I would think so. Yeah. A lot of people, I've seen this a few times, so sometimes I don't address it. I've seen a few people bring up the idea of Dwight Howard, who's been playing overseas. He's a free agent. Look, I wouldn't hate it. He's 38 years old. Right. His best days are obviously behind him. I would say the same thing about Dwight that I would probably about the people that say DeMarcus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that they're enough better than Alex Len to really make that move necessary. And I don't think necessarily backup 5. I think it's got to be a 4. Because if let's say you bring in Dwight Howard, well, you're not playing Howard and Sabonis together. You're not playing Cousins and Sabonis together. You're not playing Len and Sabonis together. So you have the 5. At least you have a backup there. There's just nothing at the 4. And apologies to Jade McDaniels and golly, I'd love to be wrong on that
if he worked out.
Oh my God. Yeah. I don't even know he's going to be on the team this year. I don't think that's your answer. He certainly hasn't shown that so far. Maybe new fresh start, whatever. But you look at the guy's numbers in his career, and it's not like he's 19 years old either. He's not old, but he's not like some dude that's on the young side of developing here.
Yeah, and I think it's hard to fill this position too. It has been a team thing here for a couple of years. Like the front court's basically the same as last year, and the Kings were comfortable enough with it, knowing that they didn't have the best rim protection, not a ton of front court depth, and more nights than not they played small, and they played small quite a bit. And so I think at this point they're probably going to do the same.
One of the most popular people listed is Isaiah Stewart, old beef stew of the Detroit Pistons. 11.6.5 boards, a little over 1.5 assists last year for the Detroit Pistons on splits of 48-38. And by the way, not an insignificant 38, has made 67 3-pointers his last 2 years. So that's not a ton, but it's not insignificant. Like that's a decent amount of threes. And he's a guy who's he averaged almost 31 minutes last year. So he got serious minutes to give you 11.6 boards. Not really a shot blocker, 6'8", 250. I don't know what the price would be. I've heard but by the way, this is also the dude that went after LeBron James. Yeah. And if you haven't seen that clip, go see that. He's not a guy. I would poop my pants if he was coming after me. So you want to talk about adding toughness. You're certainly getting that with Isaiah Stewart. As far as contract goes, Stewart is signed for the next 4 years at $15 million per with a team option in 27-28. $15 million per is not a terrible deal. I wouldn't hate that move. I just don't know what Detroit's necessarily asking for.
Yeah.
For a guy who's just 23 years old. If they were able to do something where it was a pick or a minor player, just basically a transactional move for the dude, but I maybe Detroit wants to get off whatever contracts they can get off and focus on Kate Cunningham's new deal. I don't know. If you can get him relatively cheap, I would not hate that move at all. We'll take a break. When we come back, it's hot.
It is.
It's going to be hot next year. Except next year, Major League Baseball will allegedly be being played in Sacramento. There was an article, both in CBS Sports, also in the Chronicle, about the Players Union, and we've talked about this before. Let's get you an update on that right after this.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sacktown Sports.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spas' Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
Are you tired of your tee shots ending up in the adjoining fairway while the rest of your foursome is hitting it down the middle? Well, experts will tell you that being properly fitted for golf clubs will help you strike your drive center cut. The Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio and its team of trained PGA professionals are ready to help you get rid of your banana balls and duck hooks. Hagen Oaks Indoor-Outdoor Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
I'm a very active person that likes to move around and go. The pain I was in was really excruciating. It was actually debilitating. I was basically heading towards a sedentary lifestyle. I had really tried everything, but I quickly lost hope with all of the things that we had tried, and that's what led me to the Good Feet store. And when I found the Good Feet system, it really just changed everything. It brought me back to life. I have my active lifestyle back.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Play and win to take your loyalty to new heights at Sky River Casino in Elk Grove. Sign up for Sky River Rewards, and you'll get $15 free play to use on your first visit. Plus, you'll be in the know about upcoming special events and offers. Visit skyriver.com today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, get ready to rock, groove, and have a blast with the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. We've got an unbeatable lineup of shows that you won't want to miss. First up is Songs and Stories from Mickey Dolenz of the Monkees, coming to the Crest Theater July 21st. It's Brett Young and Chase Rice at Thunder Valley on August 3rd. Plus, Jason Mraz and the Super Band will be rocking Thunder Valley on August 9th. Then head out of the heat to higher elevation for the Truckee Music Festival on August 9th and 10th, featuring Kip Moore and Sublime. And here's your Live Nation lineup. On August 4th, don't miss the Outlaw Music Festival at Toyota Amphitheater, featuring Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp. On August 15th, catch Donnie Osmond at Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Then, on August 22nd, Creed Fisher takes the stage at Ace of Spades. And on September 10th, enjoy the timeless sounds of the Doobie Brothers at Toyota Amphitheater. Rounding out this rockin' lineup is the Lodi Grape Festival from September 12th through the 15th, featuring Joe Nichols and Smash Mouth. For information and tickets, visit grapefestival.com. And then stay tuned to Sacktown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets.
What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what you doing for Chrysler's Make This the Summer Sales event?
Well, this month we have something special that only happens once a year. Big savings on one of America's most capable minivans. Right now you can save up to $17,000 off MSRP on all remaining 23 Chrysler Pacifica hybrids, and that's on all trims.
Now, you said Chrysler Pacifica hybrids. Those things get 82 miles per gallon E with gas prices so high and $17,000 off MSRP. That's a no-brainer.
And a deal like this only happens once a year, so this is the time to take advantage of this savings at the dealership and at the pump.
The savings won't last long. Stop by Hoblet Dodge for a test drive today or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet. Period.
$17,000 total net savings after $7,500 factory rebates and $9,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include $7,500 federal EV tax credit offered by a third party and subject to change. Consult a tax professional for details and eligibility. 82 MPGE combined city highway rating based on fueleconomy.gov EPA rating. Send this net savings while supplies last. See dealer for details.
Sponsored by Xfinity Internet. Enjoy ultimate control of your home network. Personalize your Wi-Fi name and password. Assign user profiles. View and control connected devices and more with the Xfinity Internet app.
Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140
on Sacktown Sports.
Slaps. Rock, go again. And wait, sound angry. Tap my toe to it. All right. Celebrating Jason Ross. 30 years of Jason Ross. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. The Chronicle had a very interesting article by John Shea about the new schedule for baseball, which is due to be out sometime. Usually it's late July. Because the A's will be co-tenants with the River Cats at Sutter Health Park, they're also going to use the same field, which is the farm team of the San Francisco Giants. But they have to adhere to Pacific Coast League scheduling to fit their 81 games in. This is becoming a major logistical ordeal, Jason, because baseball schedules and Pacific Coast League schedules are not the same format. Generally, the River Cats play one team per week in a 6-game series with Monday set aside as a travel day. 1 week at home, the next on the road. Now, the A's will need to mirror that, but play in Sacramento, obviously, when the Cats are on the road, vice versa. I do not believe there will be any setups. I've not heard anything about them playing 2 games in one day on the field. I imagine that's not going to happen. Now, with the A's, it's not uncommon for them to open a homestand or a road trip on a Friday, but now pretty much every homestand or trip has to begin on a Monday or Tuesday. So what that means is you have 29 other teams in baseball that have to cater to what the A's are doing because John Fisher wanted to leave the Coliseum where scheduling would have been routine and come up to Sacramento, where the scheduling now becomes complex, and we haven't even gotten to the heat or the upgraded facilities or the need to upgrade. So they're trying to schedule as many night games as possible for obvious reasons in Sacramento, but they can't avoid day games. In fact, all Sunday day games or home games will have to be in the day, likely beginning at 1:05, because like every other team, the A's have to adhere to MLB's exclusive network broadcast window on Sundays, which calls for all Sunday games. They all have to start prior to 1:15, except for Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN. That's part of the contract. There's also going to be day games during the week in Sacramento. And there's something called the 2:30 rule, Jason. Bear with me here, I know there's a lot of numbers. If one of the teams travels at least 2.5 hours, that's flight time, and plays the following day, there's a formula that determines the latest a game can start. You subtract the duration of the travel beyond 2.5 hours from 7 p.m. So in the case of the A's, for the sake of consistency, weekday day games are expected to begin at 12:35. They're expecting a lot of complaints. It's been, as we all know, well over 100 degrees this week. I think it was like 112 yesterday, 114. And they're playing on artificial turf. You're going to have both the home team and the road teams now either sharing facilities that are already minor league or having their own facilities put together with these improvements. And they're playing on turf. This will be, on one hand, the 6th Major League Baseball field that will be playing on turf. They're not alone, but the difference is every other place that has turf also has a roof,
right,
or a retractable roof. But you have to
put a big tarp over the top,
which would cool everything down.
Yes.
At least 156 games will be played on this field next year. 81 for the A's, 75 for the River Cats. By the way, it was 75 degrees in Oakland yesterday. The Chronicle asked the Players Association about the concern level of playing in extreme heat on turf in a non-domed facility. A union spokesperson said, quote, "The Players Association is currently discussing a wide range of issues with the league, including playing surface conditions and game times, with the intention of scheduling as many games as possible at night. Our priority is to ensure the players' health, safety, and other rights are prioritized." So the A's plan soon to announce 2025 ticket prices that they say will be competitive and consistent with MLB pricing. Capacity will be 14,000. Remember, the A's will simply call themselves the A's or the Athletics. They will not have Sacramento on their jersey. There is an option for a 4th season in 2028. And I want to clear up something I did on social media yesterday. You know, there were several reports, and I, amongst others, followed those reports that said that the A's were coming up here rent-free. got some info on that a couple of days ago. So apparently the A's and the Kings, or River Cats, will operate on what's like a revenue and expense sharing agreement. So the A's are in fact paying and contributing to costs for the upcoming season. And I don't know what the split is, but they will share costs, which is a de facto rent charge, for lack of a better term, as far as and that charge is going to be a percentage of revenues. I know it gets nerdy, but the A's are contributing something. Yeah. They're not just getting a free ride. So, Jason, again, what I don't want it to be misconstrued, at least for me, is that I think Vivek's dumb and this whole thing is stupid and, they're evil, twisted people. I know what Vivek's trying to do, and I appreciate what he's trying to do. He's trying to bring Major League Sports to Sacramento. My issues from the beginning have been twofold. One, which is a very arguable position. I acknowledge that, which is it has to do with our relocation with the Kings, and I just don't like the look. The response to that is, yeah, but if the A's are already leaving Oakland and it's a choice between Vegas, Sacramento, and Salt Lake, don't you want them in Sacramento? The answer is yes. We just don't know. And the problem, and the thing I continually bring up is the Maloofs were gone. The Maloofs went to Anaheim, Honda Center. City Council and the Honda Center approved all the improvements. Remember, that was done. The A's the Kings were going to go to Vegas. The Kings were going to go to Virginia City. The Kings, of course, were going to go to Seattle. And at every point, it was blocked until eventually the Maloofs did what they were not going to do, which was sell the team. So for me, I apply that to Fisher and say, I'd like to see him blocked everywhere. People debating that would say, yeah, but the difference, Dave, is that the Kings were never approved for relocation. The A's have been approved for relocation. So you're talking apples and oranges. I think we're talking apples, and I think we're talking Granny Smith and Macintosh apples here, but I get the argument. I do. My issue has been from the jump, other than the fact that I don't like the idea of being the recipient. It's just, you're going to have John Fisher here running a team that we have no reason to believe is not going to be perpetually underfunded and losing. You're going to have 14,000 tickets sold, and a lot of these people by year 2 are going to be dressed up as empty seats. This town has always been able to support a losing team, obviously, Kings fans. But beyond the weather issues and the fact that it's climate controlled in an arena, the Kings weren't successful, but they were trying to be. They just sucked at it. The A's are purposely selling off. Imagine how the Kings would have been supported here had Chris Webber and Peja and every great player we had been sold off.
Yeah.
And I'm taking up this whole segment here, Jason. I want to stretch this over a little bit here because I know you have a lot to say. I just don't like the association. Yeah. And I think ultimately the idea of making this a tryout, showcasing Sacramento as an MLB destination, which again, I don't think is happening because the Giants have too much control. They'll never approve it. But beyond that, I think it's going to black eye Sacramento. I think Sacramento is wrongly going to have a reputation as a team that can't even fill 14,000 seats when it's 110 and 130 on the field. And you've got 3/4 of the stadium gone because everybody's pissed that the A's are 12-97. And now it's going to unfairly paint us. Last thing I will say, go back and look at attendance. For all we talk about, Kings fans are the best, and they are, and they support this team through thick and thin, and they do. Go back and look at the Maloof years towards the end, and go back and look at Kings attendance. Bottom 5. I'm old enough to remember other fans from other markets saying, we deserve to lose our team. Look at the attendance. And we would say the only reason the attendance is this bad is because the Maloofs are trying to move the team. Why would you not think that's going to transfer over to John Fisher and the A's, except it's 10 times worse than the Maloofs? We only get him for 3 or 4 years, and he's gutted the team every year. Of course we're not going to support that eventually. Of course we're not. We didn't with the Kings. Right. We didn't support them. But it wasn't on us. It was because the Maloofs sucked, and we were showing them with our money that we didn't sit giving us a black eye. Jason, next segment's yours on this too. There's a lot to talk about. We'll move who's hot, who's not to 9 o'clock. We'll take or maybe we won't. Chris, just give me the rolled eye. We'll get your thoughts at the top, and then we'll finish with that right after this.
Malik Monk plays here.
Started left, goes right, steps back, launches the 3. Nothing but net. Oh, that was just filthy. Oh, my, that was sweet.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
The Open Championship celebrates its 152nd anniversary this month at Royal Troon in Scotland. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. The game's top players assemble for a chance at the coveted Claret Jug. The Open Championship is about tradition, excellence, and class. And you'll find similar qualities at Naturewood Home Furnishings as they assemble the finest furniture and brand choices for your selection. When you visit Naturewood, you'll be amazed at the gallery of superior furniture available for your lifestyle, for your decor, for your home. This weekend during Naturewood's bedroom sale, you're sure to find the perfect piece you've been searching for. Naturewood is proud to bring you Open Championship updates on this station and proud to offer you the finest furnishings available. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the Waterbury.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits and if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our clients' portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com.
18 number ones. What was I thinking? Countless ACM and CMA awards. Sold out world tours. And now Dierks Bentley is coming to Sacramento for Country in the Park 2. September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo with Parmalee, Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Plus line dancing, food trucks, and more. Tickets available now at CITVFest.com.
Brought to you by McKee Brothers, Clemmy, Reuter & Heat, and Dawson Oil Company.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is hot?
Trey Turner.
Yeah.
Yesterday, the Philadelphia Phillies swept the LA Dodgers with a 5-1 win. And in that series, the former Dodger Trey Turner was 6 of 9 with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs.
Pretty good. Trey Turner. Remember when everyone was booing him? And they did that video, and then everybody cheered him? That was last year.
There was.
Yeah.
He got his confidence back from the Philly fans.
Who's not?
The Los Angeles Dodgers.
What? Really?
What, really? Oh, yesterday was the Yankees. Now it's the Dodgers.
Well, with the sweep, the Dodgers have lost their last 4 games in a row. They've lost 8 of their last 12. Luckily for the Dodgers, though, they're in the NL West and have a 7-game lead over the Padres, who are second in the division.
Cruising.
Looks like they're going for the All-Star break a little early.
A little bit early. Yeah, they're just cruising. Yeah. Getting ready. Speaking of cruising, I've cruised to a 4-game hit streak and a quarter of the way through here trying to catch you. Let's go streaking right now.
It's time to go streaking.
We're going streaking!
Who is the Nostradamus of MLB? Who can keep the streak going? It's time to go streaking.
What the hell are you doing? We're streaking.
Streaking!
All right, Dave, you're right. You are at 4. I'm at 1. Chris is at 0. Let's see how we did yesterday trying to get Dave to 5. He took from the New York Yankees, Anthony Volpe.
Come on, Volpe. Figure it out.
3 plate appearances. Low number there. Anthony Volpe, 0 for 3.
Volpe, you suck.
You hate the Yankees.
I do. You know what? The Yankees are the what's the guy? The hitter that's really good, except for everybody.
Luis Arias?
Yeah, they're the Luis Arias of franchises.
That's what they've been called.
You know what I say? Screw the Yankees. No pride. No pride in the Yankees.
No pride in the Yankees?
Nope.
I was at 1 trying to go to 2, and my 1 was Aaron Judge. So I went to a Yankee as well. And I went to Juan Soto, who got up 3 times and had 2 hits.
Hey.
Including a home run.
What do you know? A Yankee got you a
good
hit.
for you.
Yeah, it's great for me.
Great, good.
So I'm
great.
at 2.
Wonderful.
Chris was at 0.
Everybody loves me.
Yes, trying to get to 1. And he goes to the guy that always gets him hit, Jaron Duran. They got 7 runs. They played the A's. He got up 3 times and no hits.
Oh, wow. So
Dave and Chris are at 0.
Wait, who did you take?
Jaron Duran.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to go back to a team that matters and that is good. I'm going to go back to the Orioles, the class of the AL East, if you will.
Okay. There's one of 2 people you're picking.
Give me not Slingshot, not Bazooka, but Gunnar Henderson.
Okay. I'm going to take from the Minnesota Twins. I'm not taking this player yet this year, Carlos Correa.
Oh. I should have taken Ryan Mountcastle just to be that guy.
Yeah. Chris?
I'm going to go a little different.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Reds, Jonathan India.
Oh, did not see that one coming. Okay. There you go.
I didn't see that coming at all.
No.
All right. I yammered quite a bit on the A's thing.
Yeah, I got a couple thoughts
and
on
you
it.
and I are, you and I have from the beginning had similar yet also very different thoughts on this.
I mean, the similarities, stay in Oakland.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? No, similarities are remove John Fisher, stay in Oakland.
Yes. Remove John Fisher.
Either order, but I think the one helps the other.
Yeah, exactly.
That's preference number 1 for me. I don't like teams to move. But
100%.
If it is happening, I am very excited about them coming here. If and it all seems like it's happening. Now, on the stuff that you were addressing that you've been talking about for a while too, I mean, just the weather, like that's a fact. It is happening here. The fact that they're talking about playing night games, I don't know if question's the right word. Like we're a weird area of the country. Like we're hottest at about 6.
Yes.
So, I mean, could the argument be made, like, play all-day games? I know it's going to be hot. It's going to be sunny. You're going to be in direct sun. But if you're done at 3:30 or 4, like, starting at 7 is brutal. Now, it will taper, but
dude,
it
was 103 last night at, like, 8:30.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And I don't think it was 103 at 1 o'clock. It was hot, though.
Right.
I mean, I'm not trying to, like, hey, it was only 83. No, that's not the case. So that's one area that I'm wondering, but that's not the bigger thing. The one I wanted to bring up was your thought on the moving of
that spot to the different segment?
Like where
by the way, Jason, just to your point, at noon today it will be 101.
Oh, it will be that hot.
At 7 it will be 103.
Okay, so it's not better, and it's just been baking all day too.
But here's the problem. They talked about most day games will start at 105. Let's just say that happened today. At first pitch, it's 105.
Right.
109 at 2.
Oh, so it's bad.
111 at 3. 113 at 4. No, I think what you
but
said. But
that's actually a little bit weirder that it is cooling down at 7. That's not always the case.
Right. It goes. It's 112 at 5, 109 at 6, 103 at 7.
It's almost like you play at 10 in the morning or at 9 at night.
100%. And they can't play that.
That's not normal.
So you're playing in the hottest part of the day when you have a day game, and the nights ain't much better.
Yeah. And I mean, there are hot places in the country, and weird weather weeks, but it's warm in the summer. That's a fact here. And they're not building a new stadium with a roof. That's not going to happen. No. The thing is, it's just so, the NBA felt like they were behind this a lot more with the Kings in a way. Like Anaheim, I think, made some sense, with the question mark being one of the things we heard was, well, Lakers, Clippers, and Kings. But my counter to that was Orange County really is a different market. I know it may not seem, it's not miles apart. It's probably 40, but it's a different market.
Yeah.
Seattle, I don't think there actually was an issue besides them being removed from here. You had a wealthy owner, a ravenous fan base,
righting a wrong.
They would probably build it all made 100% sense besides hurting our feelings and not wanting to lose our team. Where this one with the A's, I think every single possibility we could talk about. I think there's flaws with Oakland. Mm-hmm. There are certainly flaws with Sacramento, and there are a ton of flaws with Vegas.
Yes.
So I can't go, well, Dave, what honestly makes them, even saying get rid of Fisher, stay in Oakland, there's still problems.
Right.
Coming to Sacramento, yes, I would love that, but we're addressing some of the problems.
Correct.
Going to Vegas,
yes,
there's a long list of, none of this lands anywhere where you go, what makes the most sense? What?
I have, there is one answer, and one answer only, that makes the most sense. Major League Baseball does not approve the relocation. Major League Baseball says to John Fisher, you're hamstringing us.
Yeah, but Oakland is still an issue.
It is an issue.
Yeah.
But you know what? We just took away your leverage. Go work it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out or sell the team.
Yes.
Because both sports franchises you own are an absolute joke. You have ruined a wonderful fan base. Yeah, Oakland's not perfect, dude. Far from it. And the Oakland, there are a lot of things you can say about that. And by the way, they've lost 2 of their 3 major league teams for a reason.
Yeah.
But this is John Fisher. And John Fisher it's not the A's are coming to Sacramento. John Fisher is coming to Sacramento on top of everything else. So having a conversation with a guy on the text line, I was like, I don't think the attendance is going to be as bad as you think. I don't think the ticket sales are going to be bad.
Right.
I think they're going to sell out pretty much every single game. I'm saying at some point you're going to see a lot of empty seats or a lot of fans dressed as empty seats. Yeah. I'm going to go out and watch this team that doesn't even have Sacramento on the front or back, that is 35 games under 500 in July, that is not an entertaining squad at all, face off against the Brewers or Rays, or pick a team that isn't the Yankees.
Yeah.
In 112-degree heat. And by the way, turf isn't just hot for the players. It's hot for the fans as well. It comes off the turf. 14,000 people. I don't care if it's the first year. Next year, you will see empty seats.
Yeah.
And all the good intentions that Vivek and everybody have. You know how I feel about this thing, Jason? My nephew who just got out of the Coast Guard, he bought I saw him over 4th of July, and a great kid. He bought a motorcycle, okay? And we had to talk about how my dad used to race bikes. I was never a bike guy, always, because if you ride a motorcycle, you're going to lose every accident. And I started to have the uncle-nephew, we're very close, conversation with him, and I didn't even have it. Because I thought in my head, I'm like, there's no point in this. First off, you're putting it out in the ether. Secondly, this is one of those things that you want to warn somebody about, but you desperately don't want to be right. Because next year, the year after comes, seats are empty. People are literally passing out on the field, not just players, but you're talking about workers and stuff, field people, all that stuff. And it's an absolute, let's say it's the worst. It's an absolute disaster. I can tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to come on the radio and be like, told you.
Right.
Because I don't want that outcome.
Nobody wants that.
I want to be 100%. I want 2 years from now, I want people making fun of me like they did with Ben Simmons for being wrong. I truly hope that happens because it's what's best for this city.
Sure.
But I don't think that's going to happen. I strongly do not believe that's going to happen. We'll take a break. When we come back, celebrity foursome. What? Oh, then I keep reading. All right. The golf tournament is happening up in Tahoe.
Yeah, that's fun.
We're going to take a look at who's in there and who would you want to round out that foursome and why? Let's just have a little bit of fun. And everybody Google Tahoe golf tournament roster and do that yourself. I'd love to see some of the foursomes you put together. Hey, now, we'll be right back. Final hour, Sacktown Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out sacktownsports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SacktownSports.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
I would end the day with sore feet, sore legs. The drugstore inserts that I was purchasing were really not very useful at all. I walked into the Good Feet store and the guy kind of grinned at me and said, I hear that a lot. I was living with chronic pain before going to the Good Feet store. Now I don't really have that problem. I'm able to do the things that I expect to be able to do, even at my advanced age. I feel pretty good about what's going on.
The Good Feet Store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost? Or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spas' Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
Catch some Aggie football this fall and save money while doing it. Grab one of our all-new mini plans and save up to 40% off single-game tickets. With our can't-miss home slate of games this season, you can pick 82 games for just $60 or any 3 games for $75. Pick the games that fit your schedule and come support the Aggies on their quest for a Big Sky championship. Mini plans can be purchased by calling the ticket office at 530-752-2471 or online at ucdavisaggies.com/tickets.
Coax.
July 4th savings explode at Meta Chevy with $12,000 off MSRP on every new Silverado half-ton Turbo Max in stock after rebates. $12,000 off every Silverado LT Turbo Max at Meta Chevy with at least 5 at this price. July 4th savings up to $12,000 off Silverado exclusively at Meta Chevy at MetaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing or leasing on other offers. Must trade in 2010 model year or newer and 73124.
Made a great deal at Meta.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports.
The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown.
Not for me. I 100% know one of Christopher Lott's.
100% he knows.
100%. I don't think Dave would get that 100%.
Huh. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. Because nothing jumped out at me. The thing that's tough about it is like, look, it'd be cool to play with any of these, a lot of these, most of them, right? The funny thing is that if we were doing a draft, I know that I could sit out all the rounds of the draft and still get at least guaranteed two of the three people I would most want to play with.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You
could be later in the snake draft.
I could just come in. Good. You guys pick.
Yeah.
And I'll come in and I'll get at least two, probably actually.
That you want. Not you saying I'll be happy with.
The top three I would get after you guys picked. In fact, I'd be willing to say you could probably bring two or three other people in here and I'd still get at least two, if not all three of who I want.
I think I'd get all my three if we had four other people in here.
Wait a minute. I just realized actually one of the ones I think nobody else would pick might actually be your guy.
I don't think so.
No?
Yeah,
not the 100% guy.
Okay. All right. And without going out the entire roster, I'll tell you. Well, Jason, do you have yours?
Yeah.
I want to see if this is actually true. I'm going to write down who I think I would land on.
Now, to be clear, are we picking three? Because to complete okay, got it. That's what I thought.
Because it forced them with you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I thought. Well, it's your game.
No, that's
what I'm not a golfer, so can I just hang out with them?
You can watch them play.
No, you get to play, but you get to play with one of those bazookas they have at charity, where you just fire it and then you just have to putt, basically. Who would your if you're not ready, I got it.
Okay, go for yours.
Okay. So, and I wanted to go last only because I wanted to see if I was right.
Okay. If you want, I'll go.
Okay, you got it? Good.
And I have a theme to mine because there's really so many people to pick. You're right. I mean, it's like, because athlete, I have an athlete. I don't want to say I don't have an athlete on here, but I have a theme to mine, I would say.
True.
I'm looking for, I'm not necessarily looking for the best golfers. Mm-hmm. I'm looking for entertainment.
That's right.
So I'm going with Charles Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can never go wrong. He would be a popular pick.
That was somebody I would have picked, but I thought, you know what? It's
an easy pick. He's very likable, fun to watch. I think he'll be some funny shots and maybe some good ones.
Can I give you the downside to Charles Barkley, which is why he didn't make my final list?
The crowd?
Yep. Yeah. Everyone's going to be there. You're going to have the biggest crowd.
True.
But
there's other big draws, so maybe just the rest of mine will.
There's a reason they call you big bar. They call you Big Game Jason for a reason.
They do. So I'm going to go with Barkley. Comedian Nate Bargatze.
I knew you're going to
list. Yeah, I'm a fan of his. I think he would be fun. Mm-hmm. I hope it wouldn't be one of those like, hey, he's not that funny. But I think he would be.
Yeah.
And then
what if he's like a bad, like a not a bad golfer, but like an angry golfer?
Oh, I wouldn't anticipate that. But
what if he's just a horrible human? Just like the
wow,
worst.
You guys are killing my list.
He's just like the worst. Hates kids. Super offensive.
My kind of guy.
Yeah, your guy. All right, so Barkley. So it's all B's so far.
And then probably as much for potential story time. And I'm a fan of his, but it'd be more of like the stories you could tell me would be Colin Jost.
That would be, well, you're an SNL guy too.
Yeah.
So you
not my
totally
overall favorites of the list.
Yeah.
Cause like if I was going more like I'm a big fan of Charles Woodson. I don't know why I
Sure.
always have been. I'd probably have him on there, but my list would be Barkley, Bargatze, and Jost.
And that is Jason Ross's favorites in the spirit of the thing. I totally get that. Chris?
Let me write the one down for sure, just so you know.
You might as well just say it.
Michael Pena.
Michael Pena, number one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the guy I
That was the
thought
100%.
maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Number two, huge fan of the show, owns a soccer team. How could you not like golfing
That's
with
the
him?
guy I thought it would be.
Rob McElhenney.
That's the guy I thought it would be.
And then this is a little tough because we're going to do three. I'm going John O'Hurley.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Huge fan of Seinfeld.
Okay.
And Jason, what did I tell you was my dream job? If I could have any job in the world, what would it be?
I already forgot.
Host of Family Feud.
Oh, yes. And
Which
he's done
he
that.
did.
That's right. You did tell me that.
So I always just want to ask him everything.
You're going to
about
ask
Family
him
Feud.
Family Feud
Yes.
questions. I bet he doesn't get that much of all his things. Do you think he gets that much, Chris?
No, it's got to be all Seinfeld.
Yeah, but you're going to just talk to Michael Pena the whole time.
Yeah, that's true.
100% you are.
And just hang with
Hey,
him.
remember End of Watch? That was wild.
You'll be in his car. Well, I know they don't have carts, but we're imagining that they have carts. And Chris and
Yeah,
Michael
they-
Pena will be in a cart.
Oh, the whole time.
And
just
then while
talking.
O'Hurley's over there, hey, survey says, he'll just be asking.
Will Chris be the guy that's so nervous about the day that by the fifth hole, he'll be the drunk dude just talking way too close to you and over laughing at everything?
Not because he's nervous. No. He won't be way too nervous.
Hey, Michael Pena, what was Matt Damon like on Mission?
Oh, is that how you talk when you're drunk? Hey, Michael Pena, meow.
Hey, Michael Pena, what was
I love you.
what's Ant-Man like?
Well, you took Rob. I had a feeling that was my guy that I didn't include in the that's the guy I thought was on the fence. I thought you might take him, and I was going to take him for the same reason. Be like, we're going to beat your ass next year, Wrexham. So my number 3 pick, for obvious reasons, I think he'd be incredibly entertaining. I think there'd be some really cool stories as well as Travis Kelce. I think
okay.
Kelce would be a blast.
Okay.
Hey,
Talk about a crowd, though.
What's Taylor Swift like? No, there's going to be crowds for this.
He won the karaoke contest last night.
Oh, did he?
Mhm.
It's not a shocker. And I'll bet you it wasn't because of his voice. He probably did Baby Got Back or something.
Just hammed it up.
Yeah, just hammed it up. Number 2 is one that I was sure neither of you would pick. And
You're talking to the guy, by the way, that beat
the Niners.
49ers
Well, because it's
twice?
I'll just keep to myself what I'm going to do on 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. They don't call me Nancy for nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's a deep cut. It's a deep
I know
figure
where you're
skating
going.
cut. Number 2, one that I think you guys would cringe at, but I'm taking it. You said I want it for the storytelling. I want it for the storytelling. Give me Aaron Rodgers, who, by the way, is a Kings fan.
Yeah.
Right.
What stories are you
We
getting?
sort of weirdly know each other.
Yeah.
Although we've never met. But got a great shout out on Grant Show years ago from him.
Yeah.
And
Are you going to ask him about the, what was the thing called he did? Like the,
ayahuasca.
No.
Oh.
When he was like locked in the cabin or whatever for like a week.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm asking about that and all that stuff and
Okay.
all that. I'm just gonna ask him about everything. I'm asking if he wants to go get shots later. Drinking. God, guys, jeez.
Okay.
There is a guy on this
weird list.
There is a guy on this. So it's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
It's
and
Travis
Travis
Kelce.
Football Dave.
But there is a guy on this list. I think half of this building could go through this roster. And he's number 1. It's
He's
not
number
even
1
close.
on your list.
On a list that includes guys like Jerry Rice and Steve Young, Albert Pujols, the Currys.
Before you say why,
Mm-hmm.
can you tell me?
I'd be really, because honestly, when I say it, you guys are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, of course." Like that makes all the sense in the world.
Do you know? I mean, have you met this
No,
person? before?
never. He's one of my dream interviews. He's one of my favorite people in this particular sport or whatever you want to call it, in the whole world. I look at him almost every day of my life. I go to sleep to him almost every single night, staring at his face.
I'm not picking it up.
Somebody who could, if he were around this radio station, he might also be somebody who would be accused of being my son's real father. When I say it, you're going to get it. But I got you stumped a little, right?
Yes.
My number one pick out of all the celebrities at the Tahoe tournament who I would gladly do away with the entire roster just to play around with this guy. One of my top 5 dream interviews for this show is television super chef Bobby Flay.
Oh.
Give me Bobby Flay. I watch Brunch with Bobby every night before I go to bed. I watch Beat Bobby Flay. I watch Iron Chef America. Oh, give me Bobby. I would be the most annoying.
You're not
person.
even talking to Kelsey or Rogers.
Nope. You guys go
just filler.
Go right along and talk football. You're literally their filler.
Bobby cannot wait for the round to end.
100%. 100% can't wait for the round to end. And I'm not even asking him. Yeah. I'm the last pick in the Bobby Flay who he wants to play with draft. Like Bobby heard this segment, he'd be, dude, the amount of questions and I'm talking like the nerdiest, most nerdy questions whatsoever. Like, things he's done with salt and pepper that confuse me, and when he puts them in his eggs and how it's inconsistent, like tips, advice, just the whole thing. Hey, remember when you made popovers in season 3, episode 2 of Beat Bobby Flay, and you salted them during and after? It looked like you put too much salt in. I'm not questioning you, but just can you explain that to me? Why do you like honey so much? He puts honey in everything.
Because it's good.
What's the best chili? Not chili. I mean like chilies.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
I think he and I have the same favorite chili, and it's a poblano. Kiss, hug, high five. Yeah, it'd be Bobby Flay, dude. I have no idea how to get Bobby Flay on this show, but I'd die to do it. He's one of the most sought after celebrities on the talk show circuit. He has a segment on the Today Show. He's the biggest celebrity there for me. Charles Barkley's great.
Yeah, you're with Bobby.
Jerry, I'm with Bobby. And you know what? I didn't know he was playing.
And then you 5-iron Kelsey on the 18th.
Here's what I wonder. I'd love to hear if somebody is up there, because he's playing, and part of me goes, I wonder if there's he has absolutely no crowd with him. But it could also be wrong, and he might have shot, because he's playing with Jay DeMarcus and Brent Bear. He probably I have a feeling that group is one of the lesser followed groups.
And I don't know, I haven't been up there in a while for the tournament, but how many people follow versus, okay, I'm parking it on 17 or on 9 or, so you see everybody.
I'm following.
Yeah.
I'm all 18.
There you're playing.
I'm there. Yeah. But even if I just
Bobby.
If I didn't have stuff to do this weekend, I would honestly legit consider. Yeah. And it really makes me sad that we're not doing the show up there. Because, oh my God, I would crap myself.
The question is, if you guys played, would you beat Bobby Flay?
I don't know what kind of golfer you. I don't know. I feel like we'd be. He's pretty. Yeah, that's well done. Remember when you were in Iron Chef in Japan and you beat Morimoto and you stood on top of the counter on your cutting board and he was super pissed at you because in Japan cutting boards are sacred because it's considered a part of a chef's lifeblood, and then you guys went on to become teammates on Iron Chef America. How did you guys ever how did you make up? Was there a moment? Did you apologize? Did he say something? Spill the tea, Bobby. What's Pioneer Woman like? When we come back, Belichick versus Brady. Well, that hasn't been overplayed, but is there a new rivalry? Is there a new reason to talk about them? I think there is. We've got that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app. What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet of Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, what you doing for Chrysler's Make This the Summer Sales event?
Well, this month we have something special that only happens once a year. Big savings on one of America's most capable, $17,000 off MSRP on all remaining 23 Chrysler Pacifica hybrids, and that's on all trims.
Now, you said Chrysler Pacifica hybrids. Those things get 82 miles per gallon E with gas prices so high and $17,000 off MSRP. That's a no-brainer.
And a deal like this only happens once a year, so this is the time to take advantage of this savings at the dealership and at the pump.
The savings won't last long. Stop by Hoblet Dodge for a test drive today or search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
17,000 total net savings after 7,500 factory rebates and 9,500 dealer discounts. Rebates include 7,500 federal EV tax credit offered by a third party and subject to change. Consult a tax professional for details and eligibility. 82 MPGE combined city highway rating based on fueleconomy.gov EPA rating. Send this net savings while supplies last. See dealer for details.
With Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Oh, the late, great Dolores O'Riordan and Cranberries. An incredibly underrated band. Ode to My Family, my favorite Cranberry song. And this song is amazing. It's really a phenomenal song that was ruined for me by the title. I can't ever hear his song and, do you have to let it linger?
Mm-hmm.
How many times has that song been used for different things? It's like, could you not come up with something? What rhymes with linger? I guess do you have to let it finger doesn't work either.
Wow.
Ringer? Singer? Dinger. There we go.
Yeah.
Do you have to let it dinger? That doesn't make sense either, does it, Jason?
No.
30 years of this, and this is where you're at, dude. That's in across from this ass. Belichick and Brady. Bill Belichick has landed a role on TV.
Oh, Mr. Personality.
And so is Tom Brady.
Yeah.
So Bill was notoriously...
He was awful with the media, wasn't he? But I will say this. I think we've all seen a few things of him. Like, he did some of those NFL top 100s. He's been in like some of those NFL films things. So like when he really goes for it, or when he's talking to like Nick Saban, I feel like he's really good.
Or if he's talking about a long snapper for 8 minutes.
Yes.
Well, what exactly do you mean by that, Chris?
Bill.
Hi, Ben.
I have a question that's a little out of left field. It's about roster building and not having to do with the game this week, but it's something I've been thinking about for a while, and it's about long snapping, actually. And
all right. So before we play that, when I saw Bill get the TV job, because we've seen snippets of him. See, I don't think he was bad with the media. I think he was Bill with the media. I think On to Cincinnati and everything else was entirely choreographed by him. I've seen him on, I think I saw him on, what was it, the Manning Cast or something? He did a couple of spots. And I'm gonna give you a hot take, hot take cannon time. Bill Belichick's going to be better than Tom Brady. I think Bill Belichick is going to be wonderful. I mean, I think he's going to be fantastic for all the reasons that we say, like a Tony. By the way, I think Tom Brady is going to be really good. But you're talking about a coach's mind, freshly removed.
His mind.
Arguably the greatest coaching mind of all time. And you see the glimpses with him. It's very much like Popovich, even though they're different. But Pop also has been, air quotes, bad with the media. But when you get Pop going on a topic, he has an incredible sense of humor. He is very well-spoken, very articulate, very intelligent, much like Bill Belichick. In fact, I think he's a little more articulate than Bill. Bill is a flipping mad scientist genius. And when he wants to, he can be incredibly engaging. Now, this is a Patriots reporter he knew.
Yeah.
So when you hear about, when I first heard this and he said long snapping, I actually expected Belichick, the first time I saw this clip, to long snap back at this guy. You're asking me that, and everybody to laugh. No, we're not going to play all 9 minutes and 59 seconds of this answer, but just the first part.
I was just kind of wondering, and this is with all due respect to Joe Cardona and all the fine long snappers out there, but is long snapping that difficult that you need to use a roster on one player who does only that? Can't you just cross-train a few guys to do long snapping and then have more flexibility with that roster spot?
Yeah, well, Ben, it's an interesting conversation and one that's really, I would say, honestly, during the course of my coaching career, has kind of traveled that long and winding road from when I came into the league. The specialist, first of all, there were no long snappers, but the specialists, the kickers and the punters, were frequently position players. And that's where they came from in college as well. So a lot of the good college punters and place kickers also played a position. And then as time evolved, starting with like Gogolak and
we got a break. I'm just going to, hey, Jason, I'm going to fast forward 8 minutes right here. Okay. Let's see where he's at. He's got to be done, right?
And the accuracy of I would say the place kickers through the years, which has gone up dramatically.
I'm going to fast forward just because we got to break another 3 minutes here. He's got to have it wrapped up.
A combination punter and place kicker. Usually it's one or the other. And I think part of that is
9 minutes and 15 seconds on long snapping specialists.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, if you haven't seen the clip, go to YouTube, put Bill Belichick kickers in there. It's the first thing that comes up. I was enthralled listening to Bill Belichick for 10 minutes talk about long snapping like a CEO, not like a head coach, dude. So, yeah, I think he's going to be really, really good. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll to watching celebrity birthdays. And then Friday Night Games, 30-year anniversary edition. All coming up right after this.
Our first year as the radio home of the San Francisco 49ers is one we will never forget.
And here's Purdy going to throw one deep, wide for Debo. Made the catch on the back shoulder. Touchdown! San Francisco!
And a back shoulder banger for Debo Samuel.
Congratulations to the 49ers on a terrific year. And thank you for so many wonderful memories.
The light is fading, your hands are sore, and the last tool has been put away. Now's the time to feel the satisfaction that comes with a job well done. But when you get your tools from Harbor Freight, something about the job feels a little different. Your wallet. Because we believe that everyone deserves hardworking tools at hardworking prices. And that's what we have here. So, whatever you do it for less at Harbor Freight.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs. You sound very calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
The wild-eyed Southern boys are back. 38 special. Rock it into the night. Friday, July 19th at 7:30 at the venue at Thunder Valley. With Lou Graham, the original voice of Foreigner. Tickets on sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss 38 special live.
Quick Quack Car Wash takes the drama out of keeping your car clean.
Let's wash the car. Don't spray the hose inside the car.
Our convenient wash packages make it easy to get your car soaked, scrubbed, and on your way. Protect your car from sun, rain, and pollen with a ceramic duck wash. And get our in-wash light show and an unbeatable clean.
Oh, the kids filled the gas tank with water.
Of course they did. Quick Quack Car Wash. Come in today and get 25% off any wash.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Carmichael Dave here for Capital Casino. Sacramento summertime heat is back. And of course, Cap Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room, wants to invite everyone to soak up some air conditioning, still with the most variety of table games in the region. And as always, the best food, best service, and the best action, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. Capital Casino, of course, reminding everyone to please make sure you gamble responsibly. 1-800 gambler.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer, he hears things differently. To the untrained ear, everything on his shop floor might sound fine, but he can hear gears grinding or a belt slipping. So he steps in to fix the problem at hand before it gets out of hand. And he knows Grainger's got the right product he needs to get the job done, which is music to his ears. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6580. That's 800-583-6580.
The Open Championship celebrates its 152nd anniversary this month at Royal Troon in Scotland. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. The game's top players assemble for a chance at the coveted Claret Jug. The Open Championship is about tradition, excellence, and class. And you'll find similar qualities at Naturewood Home Furnishings as they assemble the finest furniture and brand choices for your selection. When you visit Naturewood, you'll be amazed at the gallery of superior furniture available for your lifestyle, for your decor, for your home. This weekend during Naturewood's bedroom sale, you're sure to find the perfect piece you've been searching for. Naturewood is proud to bring you Open Championship updates on this station and proud to offer you the finest furnishings available. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the Watermill.
Down the hill with my son yesterday, and I was going through like this random Spotify playlist I had, and this song, it was like, have you heard this? Have you heard this? Have you heard this? And this song came on. He's like, yeah, I know you've played it in the backyard before, but I don't know. And I was like, I totally pulled the dad move. I'm like, oh, you don't know?
You better listen up,
son. This is one of the greatest songs ever, and I would say. August 29th.
August or October?
August.
Oh, I think you said
October.
You said October.
Oh, I meant August.
Oh, seriously? Thursday, August 29th?
Yeah, why?
Yeah, I'm busy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Stingers up first game. San Jose State.
Can you get a sub?
Well, where is he? Maybe I'll try to do both.
The Quarry Park Amphitheater in Rockland. 7 p.m.
Dang it.
7 p.m. You can get a premium ticket and merch package, front of stage seated ticket with early entry, and a tote bag, an exclusive poster, a merch item for VIPs only, and a commemorative ticket for just $179.
This seems like a cash grab.
I'll tell you right now. I'm going.
Yeah.
I was today years old. I knew there was a Quarry Park amphitheater in Rockland.
Yeah. We had a station event out there.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Wasn't that?
Oh, that's right. That place is great.
You didn't go.
Yeah, you weren't there.
I was
Actually,
too.
it was a fun event.
I'm all for it. I didn't know.
I went ziplining. Shaka brah.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Oh. Remember we had all these other activities. Yeah, we did some fun things.
Does it seem? It seems like a hell of a place to watch Christopher Cross.
Yeah, and Chris ziplining.
I would honestly.
Shaka brah.
Which one do I want to go to?
If he could zipline to that song.
Oh my God! He's just ziplining down.
I was only there for the zipline.
And he's only ziplining at the Michael McDonald part.
Yeah.
Such a long way to go.
Such a long way to go. That's such a great bit.
Oh, when I'm already here.
The Rick Moranis bit every single time.
Leaves,
A's and Phillies in Philadelphia. Twins at the Giants. And my wife cannot get the TV in her car. Set the screen. Looks like I'm going to get a U-Haul. All right.
Oh boy.
Celebrity birthdays.
Yes.
Brought to you by Crumble Cookies. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nobody brings family and friends together better than Crumble Cookies. Christopher Cross.
Mm-hmm.
Simone, want to go to Christopher Cross? Do you have any idea who Christopher Cross is? No. She's like, I just want to go for the fun.
Yeah. Well, Simone, that's good.
It's going to be a raucous time
at the Quarry.
Christopher Cross. Have you ever been to have you heard about the mosh pits?
Oh.
Would you be the youngest person there?
I probably, honest to God, would be the youngest.
That makes you feel good.
Well, if Family Schlegel went with me, he'd be the youngest person there.
True. He might go.
Celebrity birthdays, Jason Ross.
All right, of course, brought to you by our friends at Crumble Cookies. Birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and nothing brings family and friends together quite like Crumble Cookies.
And let's just acknowledge the biggest celebrity birthday today, Jason Ross, 30 years old at the station. Yay, Jason.
Woo-hoo.
You even got an email during the break.
That was nice. Pat
from
did that, huh?
Pat Still. It said,
That's the man.
Jason Ross is celebrating his 30th anniversary at Sacktown Sports. Who the hell is Jason Ross? Well done.
Yeah,
that's a great email.
Nice.
All right,
I paid
my taxes. Who's old today?
Well, how about this? Speaking of really big days, how about a huge shout out to one of the greatest Kings fans out there, Nico Rust. Happy birthday today.
Oh, fantastic.
Barb's in the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Nico's a Hall of Famer, though,
Is
too.
Nico in the Hall, or is it Nico in the Hall of Good?
Oh, wow. Shots fired?
No disrespect.
It's his birthday today. He just retired from teaching after all these years.
I think I think if Barb's in the Hall of Fame and she's a first ballot Hall of Famer,
is he receiving votes?
Okay, so much like the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame, it encompasses your entire career. So he's a first ballot Hall of really good because he's the wind beneath her wings.
True,
but you taught kids your whole life.
Yeah,
you love Hawaii.
Hall of Fame.
Hall of Famer Nico Rush.
Yes,
congratulations, good guy.
I think 21.
Yeah, I think he maybe 22.
Yeah, okay. Happy birthday today to Michelle Rodriguez from all the Fast. Is she in all of the Fast and Furious, Chris?
She's not in 2 or 3.
Okay.
She shows up at the end of 4.
So she's in 2 of the Fast and Furii?
No, she's in
8 of the 10.
8 of the 10.
And Chris has a real good order of how they rank.
I have a confession.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen one.
You're ahead of me.
I saw and the one I saw was Tokyo Drift.
And Chris, where does that rank?
Which one?
Tokyo Drift.
Oh, that's actually, I would put that at 6th. My 6th favorite.
Wow.
6 out of
What's
10.
the best one?
7. Oh, 5.
5? Fast 5?
Yeah. When The Rock shows up.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So how old is Michelle Rodriguez today?
Michelle Rodriguez is 44.
She is 45.
Chris is closer, 46.
Oh my God, she's old.
He's also a Machete.
And what?
Machete.
It's not machete?
No.
Is it like a different word? Or are you just pronouncing it?
Well, his name is Machete.
Whose name?
Machete.
All right.
The lead of Machete.
Is that like John Wick, but Machete?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. All right.
Happy birthday, SGA. Shea Gilgeous Alexander.
Galgis.
Stauskas.
Stauskas. Shea Gilgeous is 26.
25.
We have a correct answer. 26.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Topher Grace.
Ooh.
Well,
Right. Can I tell you why? I don't know anything about Topher Grace, but I just don't like people named who chose Topher.
Yeah, especially as a Christopher.
Right. That's an insult.
Yes.
It's like if I was going around like, hi, my name's Vid.
You got the vid.
Why wouldn't you go with Day?
I mean, I guess
What's the end of the name? That's like Chris.
Yeah.
Chris would be the day.
Topher.
My son.
My name is Chard. Just call me Rick.
Topher Grace.
Yeah, Topher Grace is 50.
He is 47.
Chris is closer, 46. If you cringed at that one, you'll cringe at this. Happy birthday. Used to be America's dad, Bill Cosby.
Ooh.
Well, I mean,
well, it's still his birthday.
Yeah, I know. I just, all right. Bill is
83.
What would be the equivalent? Hi, my name's Yum. Like if you're a William. Like Topher. What'd you say, 83?
Yeah.
I'll say 84.
Dave is closer, 87 for Bill Cosby. Richard Simmons.
Chart.
Where is he?
Yeah, dude, that's a whole thing that I don't know. Richard Simmons. He's got to be, Richard's 80?
77.
Chris is closer, 76. Happy birthday, Patrick Beverly.
Patrick Beverly's 34.
33.
He is 36. Dave's a little closer. Happy birthday, Brock Lesnar.
Oh, I should know this.
I think Brock's like 40,
both
45.
I'm going to say 47.
Correct answer, Christopher Ladd, 47. Brock Lesnar. How about...
Remember when he had diverticulitis?
I do.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega is currently battling diverticulitis.
Is he really? That's not fun. From what I hear.
How did you know that?
Well, because he had...
It was in the UFC.
Yeah, he was in the UFC.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to former Stingers up, Deron Bland, Cowboys cornerback that had all those pick sixes last year.
20. Is Simone saying Stingers down?
She did.
Wow, twice.
With a smile, too.
Right, wow.
Why?
On Jason Ross's birthday.
On Jason Ross Day.
I used to like Simone.
Deron Bland is 24.
26.
Tie, 25.
Okay.
Happy birthday to Shady, LaShawn McCoy.
Oh, not the other one who dropped the album today.
No, he's really...
LaShawn McCoy is 38.
Big 4-0.
Davis closer, 36. And the last one, former, I think he was about a 6-time title winner, but Julio Cesar Chavez.
Good.
Senior or junior?
I don't know.
It's got. I'm sure it's senior.
Is
it above 50? Oh, I know it's above 50.
Yeah.
But okay. He's 65.
68.
Davis closer, 62.
Lost to Meldrick Taylor. Got screwed on that by Richard Steele. By the way, speaking of celebrity birthdays, as we take a break, in today's, oh my God, they're still alive. I didn't know it.
Jason Ross?
Phil Donahue and Bob Newhart.
Yeah, oh, Bob's way up there.
He is.
Yeah.
They're both still with us.
Yeah.
I was really surprised at Phil Donahue.
Really?
Dude, Phil Donahue, the father of all talk shows, him and Oprah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she's the mother.
Yeah.
I mean,
What about Sally Jesse?
After Phil Donahue.
No, because she'd be the mother.
Oh, over Oprah, though?
Well, Oprah was the king, but
Queen.
Yeah.
We'll take a
Ellen
break.
DeGeneres? Oh, no.
Almost like a grandchild. Wow. Yeah. When we come back, Friday Fun and Games, a new edition of Friday
See
Fun
how
and
you
Games.
do. Test your knowledge.
All right after this.
Subscribe to Sacktown Sports on YouTube and watch the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Live Monday through Friday from 6 to 6. Plus view archive shows and exclusive content.
Subscribe at youtube.com/Sacktown Sports.
The weather is hot, and so are the deals this month at Premier Pools and Spas Sizzlin' Summer Sale. If you've been anguishing in the searing Sacramento sun, we're here to help with scorching savings on new pools and pool remodels. After 35 years as the region's top builder, Premier Pools and Spas has the hard-won knowledge and expertise you need to seize your summer. But act fast before these deals melt away on July 20th. It's the Sizzlin' Summer Sale, only at Premier Pools and Spas. CSLB number 589234.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Drapes, Kyle Draper. As the proud sponsor of the Sacramento Kings Mop Crew, Alsco Uniforms offers certified hygienically clean lab coats, scrubs, bed linens, towels, floor mats, and an array of mops tailored for your healthcare facility. Our services include convenient delivery to your doorstep, Leading the way in healthcare laundry services in Northern California, discover why it pays to keep clean with Alsco uniforms. Go to alsco.com to learn more. Again, that's alsco.com.
If you've been on the American River, it's uphill, it's downhill. There's trails everywhere that you can walk, and it just makes you happy. And I couldn't walk, and it was terrible. I was turning into a real crab. I went to the Good Feet store, and I tried on the arch supports. I could not believe that I was not in pain. I can walk, I can run, I can jump, I can do anything. My name's Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
The Good Feet store in Sacramento, Roseville, and Vacaville.
Get ready for the Kia Vacaville Summer Sticker Sales Event. This is your chance to make it a summer to remember with incredible deals on select 2024 Sportage and Sorento vehicles. Kia Vacaville is offering an amazing 1.9% APR for up to 48 months for well-qualified buyers. Or you'll get $1,000 bonus cash on specialty tag 2024 Sportage and Sorento models. It's the perfect time to upgrade your ride and start your summer adventures. Imagine cruising down the highway in your new Kia from Kia Vacaville, enjoying the advanced features and comfort of the Sportage or Sorento. Whether you're planning a road trip or just driving around town, these vehicles are designed to elevate your experience. But don't wait too long. These unbeatable deals won't last forever. Your adventure starts now at Kia Vacaville, where every journey is an adventure. Visit them today and find the perfect vehicle for your summer plans. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia Vacaville for more details.
Dawn or dusk, I'm on the hunt. Skeeter here, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District, and I'm wearing Skeeter Vision, night vision goggles that light up skeeters at dawn or dusk like the 4th of July. Mosquito, 12 o'clock. Got him. So fight the bite by wearing long sleeves and pants at dawn or dusk when they're most active. Apply insect repellent and drain stagnant water. It's a breeding ground.
Dawn or dusk, the Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you to fight the bite. For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
The PGA club fitters at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio know that golf should be fun. They also know that players of all abilities will hit the ball farther and straighter, play better golf, shoot lower scores, and have more fun if they get fitted before they purchase golf clubs. Hagen Oaks delivers the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA professionals. See how the game can be even more fun. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
At Ashton & Price, over the last 25 years, we've won just about every injury case you can think of. Slip and fall, falling merchandise, fell through rotted decking, we won those. Dangerous stairs, falls into holes, dog bites, won them. Injured while pedestrian or on a bicycle, auto, motorcycle, big rig, company vehicle, Uber, or Lyft accident, we've won them all. And the best news is there's no fee until you win. So no matter how you got injured,
remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
We have finally made it to Friday.
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games
On the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Friday. It's Friday. Watkins style. Style is Watkins. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good
morning. How you doing?
Hey.
I have a surprise for the two of you. We got to get to Friday Fun and Games. So I've been saving this for the end of the show.
Okay.
You guys have been working your tails off, and you are, as you know, my wife's favorite show.
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Including ours.
I believe it.
Set the screen. And
it might be because of that.
Yeah, it probably is. And you know, you don't get enough thankses and all that stuff. And I think it's put something together. Starting Monday, you guys will now be going 6A to 2P Monday through Friday for 5 days in a row.
Congratulations.
You know,
guys.
when people like to joke about how much I talk, I know there's a joke out there somewhere saying,
oh, no jokes. No jokes.
That's the thanks.
That there is no bigger as somebody who's been at this station for 30 years today.
Yeah.
30.
Wow.
30.
That's a lot.
Dirty 30.
You can, other than money, which come on.
Yeah.
Here.
We all have an
good luck.
abundance.
Yeah. There is no bigger compliment in this business for people trying to break in. Remember, once upon a time, you were in promotions and you were trying to make a name for yourself. I don't know what you were doing, but something, whatever.
Yeah.
There is no bigger compliment than more airtime
That's
And
also true.
If I'd have told you guys 10 years ago that you'd be in a mid-market heritage radio station running mornings and middays for a full week, you'd have been like, oh my God, did I win the lottery? Well,
why are they stopping it too?
Young Allen would have loved that though.
Young Allen would have.
You're not young Allen?
You're middle-aged Allen.
Mid-Allen?
I'm early-aged Allen.
Man, if you're middle-aged, what does that make Jason and Dave?
I'm early-aged Allen.
Middle-aged too, just more.
Later-aged.
Later-aged.
Back end of middle age.
We're on the back
Okay,
nine.
so Chris is what on hole 7?
No.
6,
he's
5?
he's on 5.
Pretty sure I'm still on the putting green.
You just got to the back 9. We're on 12. Maybe
I think that makes, but that would make Chris on 6 or 7.
Yeah,
though. That's what I said.
Anyway, starting Monday, Styles and Watkins. And you know what? I'll even help out. I'm going to guest with you guys from 6 to 10 all next week. But
This sounds terrible.
For 1 week only,
honest,
Styles and
Chris says
Watkins.
no. To be honest with you, this
Wow.
sounds terrible.
Chris Watkins does not like doing radio.
That's
okay.
What?
I'm in.
Wow, new audience. Friday fun and games. Jason Ross, who can I say what you told me off the air about your work schedule next week? Is that official?
That I'm working Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, he's working Monday.
Yeah.
So only 4 days.
From Vegas, from Summer League.
Yeah, great. Are you going to be doing it from StreamYard or from
I
the
think
studio?
so.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So starting Tuesday, Styles and Watkins 6 to 2.
I just saved him a day.
Look
Thank
at that.
Thanks.
I want it back.
Okay. Come on in.
All right. Jason says he's got a new thing.
Uh-oh.
It's a different game, a new game. It had been done on a show that I was on. This will date me back when it was called. I don't even know if you know this show, Dave. Do you remember the Sports Dudes?
No, I don't. I truly don't.
Those guys right there.
I know the net show.
Yeah, it was on the weekends years and years and years ago. So Kevin Bacon, like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try 6 degrees of De'Aaron Fox.
Okay.
So I'm going to name a player, and then you're going to try to connect them to how they get to De'Aaron Fox, someone De'Aaron Fox has played with. Does this make sense?
Oh, gotcha.
I'll give you an example. This is a quick, easy one. If I
know what
said
you're going to say, yep.
Steph Curry, probably there's several quick leaps. You can do it quickly and go, Steph Curry played with Bielitsa, who played with De'Aaron Fox.
Gotcha.
Steph Curry
So it
played
has
with
to be player connections. Like
player,
do like Under Armour.
Yeah, that's what I was
no.
going to ask.
So if I say Steph Curry, I could have said Corey Joseph.
Yes.
Who played with De'Aaron Fox.
That's
That's
right.
a quick
And
connection.
are we doing all 6 or are we going around the room?
I'll give you one first.
All right. Quick announcement. I have to do this before we start. This is officially going to be the worst topic I've ever I will suck more than I've ever sucked before. I'm just telling you right now.
If you can get to some key players that have bounced, all you have to do is get them to teams.
Yes.
Hint, JaVale McGee will help a lot.
Right.
Okay.
Oh.
So that might help you right here.
Okay.
Dave, LeBron James, connect him to De'Aaron Fox within 6 degrees.
Tristan Thompson.
LeBron James played with you did it quick.
Wow.
LeBron James played with Tristan Thompson who played with De'Aaron Fox. You just did it right there. I was trying to get you to JaVale McGee.
Wow,
too.
I got okay.
There you go.
I got it now. I missed that.
Wait,
part.
what would JaVale have?
LeBron played with JaVale with the Lakers, and then De'Aaron played with JaVale here.
I see.
So there you go. That was quick. That was like a 2 connection, but Dave did it fast. There you go.
That was great.
This is easy.
All right, Alan. He's been rumored with the Kings. I'm not even sure how you connect him. We'll do this. We'll do the process. How about Zach LaVine? And DeMar DeRozan doesn't count yet because he hasn't played with De'Aaron.
Right. Okay. So Zach LaVine.
And we all can think about it if you can think of.
Yeah. Right. There's going to be
I
something
got one.
obvious here.
You do?
I do.
Okay. And it could take you 6 players. It just depends.
Right. Zach LaVine. Hold on. I really want to get this.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Zach LaVine. I'm going through the list here.
Starting next Tuesday. Styles.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Okay.
Okay.
And then Karl Anthony Towns.
Played with.
He played with Trey Lyles.
Did he?
I don't think he
Or are you going?
Played with De'Aaron
Wait,
Okay.
Didn't Trey only play for Utah and Detroit? Did Trey play for
at
Minnesota?
Kentucky.
Oh.
You know what? We're gonna allow it.
We'll allow it.
We're gonna allow it. It was resourceful. That was a stretch, wasn't it?
I think you and I might have the same one. Right?
Where were you going?
I was going Alex Caruso.
That's
Malik
where it
Monk.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well
Wait.
done. Yeah, 'cause
Zach
Caruso.
LaVine plays
Played.
right now with
Yeah.
played with Alex Caruso. Alex
who was a
Caruso.
Laker who played with Malik Monk.
Malik
who's
Monk who's played.
Okay.
Now you got it.
Got it.
Yeah.
I think.
Got it.
I think.
Do you have it, Chris?
So would have if
you want me
Dave
to
said
get it?
Alex Caruso,
No.
somebody else would have had to
I
say
got
Malik
it.
Monk.
Let's say that again.
If Dave said Alex Caruso, would he be done?
No, you
have to still get to Fox.
Yeah, you still have to get to Fox.
Who would have said Malik Monk? Dave again?
No, it's you. You had the whole thing. Does that make sense? It's not making sense for you.
I got
We'll
it.
do a lap. We'll do a lap.
Right, we'll do a lap.
So I'm going to go into you, Chris Watkins.
Why is Smo looking at us like we smell bad?
Well, because we might.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right. Let's go. I'm going to go with you,
Okay.
Chris Watkins. Let's try Larry Markkinen.
Okay. Larry Markkinen.
Oh, I got one. Do you have a fast one? See, you're better at this than you.
I think so.
He played. I mean, we could just do the Bulls thing. He played with Zach LaVine, who played with Alex Caruso, who played with Malik Monk.
There we go.
Wouldn't Trey Lyles?
I was going. Did Trey Lyles? I don't think. No, they were never.
Oh no, because he came
I would
from
have gone
Detroit.
Laurie Markkinen with Taylor Horton Tucker.
Oh,
Taylor Horton Tucker to JaVale McGee. JaVale McGee. I'm just trying to get to the lake.
So this is actually the JaVale McGee.
It is JaVale McGee. You got to get to
6 degrees.
You know
of
the
JaVale.
other one, if you can get to, which will always help. He's played with just about is Vince Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this time already, Chris? Do you want one?
No.
Why?
I'll give another one. You guys can do it.
a group one.
Yeah,
Let's try this tough one. NBA champion, current Olympian Jason Tatum. Let's get him to De'Aaron Fox.
Jason Tatum played with Neemias Queta, who played with De'Aaron Fox.
Dang, that was fast. All right, let's go to Paolo Banchero.
Let's see here.
Orlando Magic. That's a tough one. Good luck on that one.
Mo Wagner, who Marvin Bagley dunked on. Who De'Aaron Fox assisted to.
Yeah. Let's see here. The Magic. Jeez.
It's going to be somebody at Duke.
I'll say Markelle Fultz. And then
It's going to take 6 degrees, but you can get there.
Okay.
Markelle.
We'll figure that off the air because Styles and
That'll
Watkins are coming up
continue
next.
show.
See you Monday, Jason. See you all on Monday. Have a safe weekend, please. Enjoy the heat. Alan? Okay. I thought you were going to say something. Bye-bye now.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment.